upgrade because it's going to let you do something you haven't been able to do before. A difficulty progression built into Delves is going to enable us to offer that. Now, there's a lot of lessons we've learned over the years from building this type of content, whether it was Torghast in Shadowlands, Island Expeditions, scenarios, you can throw in horrific visions in that list. We've learned a lot about how to tune these sorts of experiences, how to design them for flexible scaling groups of different sizes, of different role compositions, about what's fun and what isn't. But we've also learned, based on your feedback, about what not to do in some cases, in terms of how we structure it, how we present it. I think a key aspect of saying this is an endgame pillar is that it's an offering in parallel to the others, to dungeons, to raids. If you want to do this, if this is your jam, if this is your type of gameplay, we're there for you, and we want this to be as deep as you want it to be. If you're happy running Mythic Plus and you just want to focus on that, we're not looking to add another item to the checklist of things you feel you have to do to compete. It's an alternative. Unlike Torghast, which is something that we did kind of say, everyone has to do this, whether you like it or not, whether you'd rather do something else or not. That gets back to some of the philosophies that Morgan touched on yesterday and how we're approaching designing and evolving World of Warcraft. We want to meet you where you are. We want to respect your time. We want to offer you the ability to choose how you want to spend that time each day, each night in Azeroth.
C'est bon, ça. Ça dépend comment ils le traduisent.
The character of Delves and what a specific one will be like. The vibe here is about unraveling mysteries. It's about exploring. It's about feeling like an extension, a seamless extension of the outdoor world experience. These are not dungeons. Every dungeon is ultimately about killing a series of bosses or boss-like encounters, and the dungeon is over when you kill the final baddest boss at the end of the dungeon. And that's kind of the structure that they all have to conform to. As much as we try to vary the formula a bit, that's pretty much what they're going to be. In the outdoor world, things are a bit different. We can, break some more of the rules. And really, at the end of the day, the one consistent thing about Delves is that they're all going to end with a room full of treasure. Some of those will have a final boss guardian in front of them. Others, you may be, just exploring, traversing the delve, flipping switches, solving a puzzle, defeating lieutenants, gathering things that you need to open the vault door. We can vary the gameplay. We can vary the feel of the experience. These are going to be instanced experiences, but they are seamless. When you walk up to, this, as I'll show in a second, a fog door at the entrance to a cave, at the entrance to a structure, you're just going to walk in, no loading screen, and now you're in a delve. You want to make sure this really feels like part of and an extension of the outdoor world. Now, as part of an endgame pillar, that means we're going to tie this into seasons. So, as well as a narrative progression over the course of a given season, there will be increasing rewards, increasing difficulty, and a change of pace, whether you're in Season 1 of War Within, Season 2, and so forth. Part of that is going to be the NPC companion that will be accompanying you on your adventures. The Season 1 companion, as we mentioned yesterday, is our good friend, Bran Bronzebeard. Now, what does this mean? What does a companion mean in practice? Well, it's a few things. One, it's definitely a narrative hook. It gives us a chance to...
Est-ce que c'est comme le Legion? Est-ce que tu le sélectionnes et est-ce qu'il vient faire des choses avec toi? Est-ce qu'il traîne tout le temps en arrière de toi? C'est quoi qui arrive là?
To help give context for your adventures, kind of narrate what you're going through. But also, it's a chance to kind of play with the mechanics and complement your playstyle. As Bran adventures with you, you might find some gear for Bran. You might be able to gear Bran up. You'll be able to spec him and customize his abilities to complement what you or your
Donc, l'aspect de mercenaire, mais dans WoW. Ça pourrait être intéressant, ça.
This can help us balance the experience as well and give you another vector for your progression over the course of the journey.
Un peu comme Diablo 3, que tu as un mercenaire, tu as toujours un compagnon et tu peux lui donner des équipements et des fois booster qu'est-ce que tu as comme drop grâce à ça.
Now, I know this has kind of been very high level. I want to just give a couple of specific examples as kind of a day in the life of someone jumping into delves in War Within. So let's say you are casually journeying across the Isle of Dorne and its pastoral beauty, and you come across this structure with that fog door set into it, and you decide to venture in. So as you venture in, you are, as I mentioned, seamlessly in the delve, and you will find, just huddled inside the entrance, a group of expedition scouts who have come to this place. They've heard reports of great secrets, great treasures, powerful relics stored within, but they've been unable to proceed further. Because, they tell you, and Bran is among them, mind you, they tell you, this place, there's an unnatural, there's a disturbing darkness that has settled over this entire vault, and we can't proceed. Fortunately, they have in their possession a relic that they have brought that is an enchanted candle that can light the way. It has a little light radius around it. If you think back to the Vault of the Warden's dungeon, if you remember that in Legion, what the basement was like, where it really felt like just like a dark, scary place, but you could have this beacon in the darkness to guide your way, you have one of those. But, they tell you, it has very limited fuel. They dare not proceed on their own because they worry they're just going to get trapped in the darkness and destroyed by the terrors within. But you, of course, being the champion who's come along, you're up to the task. So you take that candle with its light radius that will begin to shrink progressively as your limited fuel burns, and you take some steps into the delve. Now, who do you find in here? Well, as it happens,
Mama?
you run across fellows like this guy. More jacked than your average kobold, but there's a lot of kobolds in here. And as you know, as any World of Warcraft player knows, where you find kobolds, you're going to find
Take no
candles.
candle. Oh.
And this guy's going to put up a fight, but it being World of Warcraft and all, you're going to take his candle.
Yay!
And you're going to take the candles of his allies and his brethren.
Take
And,
candles.
That will help fuel this magic light that you have, help keep the light burning so that you can traverse the entire delve, defeat a couple of lieutenant-type enemies, bosses, solve a puzzle or two, and at the end, you make your way into the vault room that Bran is able to open once you bring him there, and you find this mock-up, work in progress of a treasure room, heaping with riches, treasure chests of various shapes and sizes. Some of the smaller ones, you can just walk up and open, collect a range of items, currency, rewards, you name it. But you'll find a couple of extra large, resplendent chests in this room. Those may require special keys to open. Now, those keys you would obtain from doing kind of outdoor content, weekly quests. They're a bit more limited in how you can get them, but also allow us to offer and pace out the best rewards. They're on par with some other endgame content to make sure it's not, infinitely grindable or anything like that, but it's an extension of your outdoor world loop if this is your playstyle. Now, let's say you come back to the same delve on another day. You might find that there isn't a magical darkness settled over the place. Instead, there are earthen locked in battle with kobolds, and you can help turn the tide of that fight as you work your way through, dealing with some different challenges along the way. Variety, replayability, lots of layers to the experience. Now, so you venture back out into the zone, heading off to a different corner of it, and you come across this cave surrounded by mushrooms. It's known in legends as fungal folly. Now, maybe not being the wisest adventurer, that sounds like a great place to enter, so you take a few steps forward. In here, you might find an environment where, whether it's due to unusual ores or whatever in the walls, the rules of gravity are a bit topsy-turvy. And you'll find mushrooms scattered around the cave that you can use as basically jump pads to help navigate the environment, to skip over enemies you want to avoid, to reach high up ledges that you couldn't otherwise get to. You're starting to get the idea, like, this is more the world as toy vibe that we've tried to play with when we're creating outdoor events, outdoor spaces. These are not mechanics you'd necessarily find in a dungeon, but I think the team really is unshackled, is freed to explore a much wider array of gameplay when we're building delves. So let's talk a bit more about the loot. So actually, before we talk about the loot, these are the 12 delves that we currently have planned. Scattered throughout the 4 zones, each themed around the ecologies, each themed around the settings that you're going to find. Now, some of the attentive among you may be saying, wait a minute, Morgan's slide said there were 13 delves yesterday. He might be right, but there also might be a secret delve that you have to explore a bit more to discover that awaits you. So yeah, loot.
Il aucune. Zéro réaction. Oh! Et voilà. C'est ce qu'on voulait savoir. Donc, raid, comme d'habitude, 3 raids, 3 boss de raid, 5 boss de raid et 7. donjon, même héroïque, mythique et time walking. Un seul, pour te donner le premier. 4. Tu sais que déjà avec la quest de semaine, c'est 5 time walking, donc tu aurais déjà accès à quelque chose ici. 8, quand même pas pire. Et tu pourrais le remplir en faisant ton mythique et tu remplis les autres. Activité de Delve 1, 4 et 9. Comment? Ça va être
Going to
facile
the
à
Great
remplir, ça?
Vault every week and getting to share in that disappointment that you're
PvP est complètement enlevé. Mais j'ai jamais entendu comme quoi PvP, les gens ne choisissent pas le PvP. Habituellement, ils prennent PvE anyway.
raiding and dungeon playing brethren have also had the pleasure to enjoy. We just want to make sure you don't feel left out. So you're welcome. So you'll note this isn't
Except
a
the
Delves row. This is a world row, and really that is enshrining these 3 PvE pillars: raids, dungeons, world. You'll be able to unlock some of these slots doing select outdoor world activities, as well as, of course, delves with better rewards from higher difficulty delves. Our thinking in terms of the rewards here, this is all subject to tuning, is that this should reach to, let's say, end boss heroic raid, mythic 10 to 15 type range, accessible just via solo progression. Far better loot than you've ever been able to
Wow! Wow! Du raid héroïque, aussi haut que du raid héroïque, c'est génial, c'est parfait. Juste à faire des choses solo. C'est génial, la face de la madame.
And now, I'm sure this is, I know this is the delve section, but I'm sure there's folks looking at this and being like, wait a minute, what about the PvP row? Don't worry, we got you. We are removing the PvP row from the vault. We're doing that based largely on feedback that we've heard that randomness and PvP gearing maybe are not the best combination. I know it took a few years to get that message through to us. So the way this is going to work is instead, you're going to get a whole lot more conquest. You're going to gear up at the same rate overall, but you'll have complete control over your gearing path, just spending your conquest on the items that you want. With easier catch-up, if you come in late in the season, you don't have to worry about having missed certain vault weeks. Also, if you're someone who PvPs a lot and you raid, you don't have the awkward choice of that raid trinket versus the PvP item that's going to help your arena partners.
Cool. C'est bon, ça. Plus de conquest, plus de tokens pour les PvP. Cool.
Hopefully, just good news for everyone.
Ouais, pas mal.
Now, aside from, just power, also, you get silly hats. Nothing more to say here. These just...
Silly hats. Candle hats.
These are just a few examples of the array of cosmetic rewards that will be exclusive to delves, reflecting the varied ecologies and environments you're going to be facing. So, silly hats, World of Warcraft. Less silly, just as, let's say, Mythic Plus players have amounts that they can earn over the course of a given season.
Monter ta monture.
This customizable flying mount will be exclusively available through completion of the delve experience. You know the customizability of it. This will be customizable the same way you can customize
Delve va avoir sa propre monture, hein? Ah ben.
Just modularly.
Puis customizable en plus. Pour lui donner ton propre look. Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I love our artists. Okay. Up next.
Warbands.
I feel like I could probably just save 10 minutes this.
Je me doute que chaque morceau de les customizable avec la monture, ça va être à travers les delves, parce que tu pourras pogner des morceaux à travers les delves et pouvoir les changer éventuellement. Je pense pas que tu dois avoir tout accès d'un coup. Dépendant de ce que tu trouves, sûrement.
I feel like I could probably just save 10 minutes this panel by just saying account wide everything and just click through the next slides. But kind of that. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but turns out y'all play a lot of alts.
No shit.
I'm sure that actually the number of characters per person in this room in particular is like some insane average. But the average WoW player today plays multiple characters. The two-thirds of players who have a level 70 have multiple level 70s. Half of players have 3 or more. Most people are playing multiple characters a week. And that's not something the game, it's no secret, has always done the best job of supporting. Now, part of that is because World of Warcraft 20
Yeah!
years ago
3-2.
was built with very different assumptions. And I both mean design-wise, but actually engineering-wise as well. The infrastructure and the architecture that was
Ah,
built.
ouais, cool.
Back then, it took hundreds of hours to level a single character, of course, and playing alt seriously was far, far from the norm. But we've kind of inherited, we have been working with those foundations to this day. And so when we get requests for
un autre pour
when we talk
égaliser,
about
là.
alt friendliness, we try to do it, but we're often working against, we're swimming upstream.
Excuse-moi? Ah, pas pour vrai. Ben là, ils font un but puis ils révisent. Pourquoi il y avait... Ah, il n'y a pas de demande de révision. Ah, ok. Ben non, ça serait déjà fait.
Given the underpinnings of a system,
Parce qu'on n'oublie pas, hein, si, comme par exemple, si Saint-Louis demande une révision et que ça passe pas, là, qui est refusé, ils ont une pénalité. Fait que, des fois, c'est quand ils demandent une révision, il faut que ce soit sûr. Parce qu'ils veulent pas être pénalisés pour ça. Là.
but we're never designed for this. And that's why you get some, frankly, pretty clunky solutions. Like, well, if you want to transfer this currency to your alt, go to a vendor and spend some to buy a different box that contains account-bound currency that you can then mail to yourself, log out, log back in, take the box out of your mailbox, and open it on your alt. Congratulations, you have moved 300 supplies. Elegant design, ladies and
Il n'y a pas tard.
what if we didn't have to do that? So at its core, warbands is, what if we just rebuilt those foundations and created a new future, both for the things we want to offer today and the things we'll be able to in the future, so we're not fighting against the nature of the system, but instead it complements what we want to do. Now the focus here is really making it convenient, removing barriers, removing awkwardness in playing alts. We don't want to actively necessarily encourage it. People already want to do it if they do it. One thing the system is not going to be is something that awards you power or makes your main more effective because you have done things on other characters or anything along those lines. If you want to play alts, do so. If you just love focusing on a single character, that shouldn't feel wrong either. Now let's talk about some examples.
Cool. Bank!
Okay, so I'm going to run through these
Bank pour
pretty
tout le
quickly.
monde.
They're mostly fairly straightforward.
Même de
It's
l'argent
a
pour tout le
bank.
monde.
It's an account-wide bank. Thankfully, hopefully, you should never again have to
Include
mail something
regions.
to yourself. You also might notice, and so this is giant, lots of storage, extra tabs that can be purchased on the right-hand side, so multiple tabs of these. You can organize them as you want. The very observant, the eagle-eyed, will notice a little checkbox mentioning reagents.
Include regions.
If you deposit reagents here, you can
Reagents.
craft from the account-wide storage on any of your characters. Next up, maybe a little new thing. Something that you might put in
Ça, c'est génial.
account-wide
Ça,
storage.
j'ai vu certains tweets
Our
là-dessus.
ability
C'est
we
génial,
now
ça.
have to create war-bound items that are war-bound until equipped. You might get an item that you can't sell in the auction house or trade, but that you can give to any of your other characters for their use.
Une bonne chose.
Now, these items would drop as bonus personal loot from doing a variety of content. They would drop at a slightly lower item level than what that content would normally give you. Again, we want to make sure the right way to play is not, playing on multiple characters to funnel loot to your main, to gear up your main faster, but just easy potential hand-me-downs, ways of getting an alt caught up.
50 000 personnes à la manifestation pro-palestinienne. Ouais. Ouais. 50 000. Quand même. C'est rare qu'il y ait une si grosse manifestation ici au Canada, au Québec. Pas autant de même. Là.
Maybe even an excuse to level an alt if you get a really cool item for a class that you haven't had a chance to get up yet. So just an extra layer here, hopefully, making it easier than ever to progress, to accomplish your goals on multiple characters. All right, now quick rundown of some of the other integrations we have planned. Transmog. Transmog has always been, it's been for a long time an account-wide collection. Key thing here now that really it is being acquired by your warband. That means that now if you were running, say, Ulduar on your mage and a pair of plate shoulders drop, you can still add those plate shoulders to your warband collection. Yeah, self-explanatory. And then, if you log on your warrior later, your warrior can equip them, you're good to go. Hopefully you don't need to feel like you need to refarm the same stuff on as many different armor types anymore. Reputations, again, fairly straightforward. In War Within, reputations and renowns will work account-wide. We want to make this as retroactive as possible. That will take some work over time. We're probably going to start with Dragonflight renowns as a focus and a priority and work our way backwards. But
Cool.
going forward, we want progress earned on reputations to not really matter which character you're doing it on. At the end of the day, it's the same content, it's the same experience. If you've gained access to some perk or some recipe, having to re-earn it, not terribly compelling.
Ouh, nice. Il était temps. Il était temps. Le problème de Transmog, c'est que c'est clair que tu pourras pas être un mage qui porte du plate ou du mail ou agencer tes morceaux pour que ça fasse quelque chose de vraiment génial. C'est une des seules choses que je déplore. J'espère qu'ils vont le changer ou peut-être parce qu'ils n'arrivent pas à le faire, mais je sais pas. Je pense pas que ça va être... Il va falloir qu'ils le rajoutent.
Here's a really light example, a simple one, just flight paths. As you explore the world, you learn flight paths, you discover flight paths. Is it terribly compelling to have to go back to a spot that you've already been to in multiple characters just to learn a flight path for the fourth time? No. If you have a flight path network unlocked, you have that unlocked across your warband going forward.
Nice.
Now here's an example of something new to Delves. An example of how having this as a foundation means that we can build new systems to inherently work at an account-wide level, just kind of as part of their DNA. As you are advancing Bran as a companion, as you are empowering him, as you're customizing him, again, logging on to a different character and going back to having a weaker Bran that doesn't offer the tools that you've grown accustomed to, that's more frustrating than fun to re-earn those things. Let's make that progression inherently warband level, inherently account-wide.
Cool. Cool.
And achievements. We've had account-wide achievements for a long time. No secret, they have the little blue bar over them, indicating that they function at an account-wide level. What Warbands allows us to do is kind of invert that paradigm and change the vast majority of our achievements to be account-wide, to have that actually be the new default. So if you do part of this PvP or crafting or other achievement on one character, part of it on another,
achievement aussi account bound.
Once your warband earns it, you've earned it.
T'attends?
Again, you the player are doing the thing.
You the player, not the character. Cool. T'attends?
Oh yeah, and then this.
C'est un bon character screen. C'est juste... J'espère qu'en arrière, tu peux le changer.
Functionality here, but just in terms of presentation, what you'll see when you log into World of Warcraft
Moi, je voudrais avoir Thunder Bluff.
Is a selection of your favorite characters huddled around a campfire or another setting. You'll still have your full list accessible, but we want to make it clear that you, the player, have this cast of characters that if you want to dress them all up in consistent transmogs, go wild. One thing you might note here, if you're very eagle-eyed, also by the way, if you're very eagle-eyed, don't read too much into things like the evoker wearing leather. It's internal mock-ups.
Ou le hunter, le wearing leather.
Sorry. But you will note that the evoker is level 13. That's going to be a thing that's possible because they'll start at level 10. But because Dragonflight's going to be the new leveling expansion, by the way, going forward. One thing you might notice is there isn't really much here about realm selection. Warbands are a realm-agnostic, faction-agnostic feature. You will just see all your characters here. If they're on different servers, we'll make it clear that they're on different servers. But you shouldn't have to go to the change realm screen and swap around.
Cool.
They're just all here.
Ils sont tous là. Fait que tous tes personnages vont être... Ils vont être dans ta page de sélection. Ils vont tous être là, peu importe le serveur. Ah, c'est pas pire, ça. Donc, on va tous les voir maintenant.
OK.
Une bonne chose.
Hero talents.
Hero talents.
At their core, this is a chance for us, as we continue to evolve and advance our class system, to explore some deeper class fantasies, to look at iconic archetypes like the Farseer or the Dark Ranger or the Mountain King, or others often inspired by major heroes in the Warcraft universe, other times by fantasies that we've heard are really resonant with players, and focus the continued expansion of our classes in that space. Now, Morgan said this yesterday, just to restate, this is a completely flexible system. It's as flexible as your current talents and specs. Nothing like covenants or anything like that. Anytime you could change your talents today, you can change
Nice.
your hero spec, you can swap around
Nice.
your hero talents. They're just talents. Now, some of our goals here, of course, we want to offer progression, but we want to do so, frankly.
Juste aller chercher plus de café. Je reviens. Das habe ich mal finden.
While managing complexity to a certain extent. When we started planning for War Within, we knew, all right, we're going to raise the level cap by 10. 10 new levels means 10 new talent points. The kind of default option for us would have been to take the existing class and spec trees and just add a couple more rows to each of them, add new points to spend. But we've been down that path before. We know exactly where that leads 15 years ago. There's a tremendous amount, there's an insane amount of like multiplicative combinatoric complexity from adding those additional options. And it also destroys some carefully constructed choices that are really successful that we've just built up in Dragonflight today, where you can't quite have all of these things and need to pick one or the other. Suddenly, when you can get all of them, it can lead towards homogeneity as well. So this approach allows us to both explore deeper class fantasy while focusing the decision space in a way that offers power without that excessive complexity. So the way it's generally going to look is a third talent tree. Again, as mentioned yesterday, at the center of your screen, you have class, you have talent, and in the middle, you have hero talents. You'll note, so there are 10 nodes. There's an initial node that you get as a starter node at the top that you'll get initially when you unlock the system at 71, and then 10 more nodes to unlock. You will get all of them on the way to 80. At level 80, you will have this fully unlocked, similar to Legion artifacts, let's say. So you don't have to agonize over where you're placing any choice along the way. Now, the choices that you will make are which hero spec do you want active? Okay. And also, there will be choice nodes within the trees, just as the class trees and the spec trees currently have, which you can toggle, adding quite a few permutations to the system as a whole. If you want, as a kind of simpler collapsed view, once you've hit max level, you can just condense it down to only show the choice nodes for easy swapping back and forth to customize your spec for whatever activity you're setting out to do. Now, I want to take a little bit of time to quickly walk through a couple of trees to give a sense of the sorts of things you might find in here. And all of this is subject to change, all subject to iteration and the extensive feedback we know we're going to get. I'm going to use druids a lot as an example here. Going to focus on the case of a balanced druid. Part of why the team starts with druids is because y'all are complicated. There's 4 specs, 3 roles. We figure let's try some of the hardest cases first when proving out a design. It's nothing against the mages, warlocks, paladins, etc. But there's a reason why you probably tend to see more druid examples than other classes, because we figure if we can make it work for druids, the rest will be okay.
Still.
The 2 options available to a balanced druid are this Keeper of the Grove tree and Elun's Chosen. Keeper of the Grove is available to balance and restoration. Elun's Chosen is available to balance and guardian. The former focuses on calling the forest to your aid, on summoned treants, and augmenting their abilities and what using that cooldown means for your gameplay. Elun's Chosen focuses on augmenting your lunar abilities, many of the arcane damage, moon-themed abilities for both specs.
Nice.
Let's look at the Keeper of the Grove tree first. The first node that you're going to get as you just opt in is just kind of a baseline improvement to your throughput.
Each of your force nature grant increase damage of your spells dealt by 3% while active. Each of your Grove Guardians increase your healing done by 3% while active.
All treants are out across the board. This just kind of emphasizes thematically what this tree is about and makes pushing that button, having the treants out, more important.
En tant qu'healer, ça peut être vraiment bon.
Some of the nodes in these.
Okay, your treants cast Moonfire on every target about once every 6 seconds. Your maximum mana is increased by 5% and your maximum astral power is increased by 20. Et le troisième, c'est quoi?
Trees are just going to be simple, straightforward passives. Not everything is going to double and triple down on the same treant ability. Some will, like this, regardless of what spec you are, make your treants add additional damage. Oh, by the way, if anyone's worried, wait a minute, but what about the auto taunt? That's a mess in dungeons. We'll let you opt out of that. Don't worry.
Cool.
Passives could just augment your abilities, your resource pool, and just make you a better druid. An example of choice node, again, this can be about doubling
Generate
down
astral
on
power
and
or
getting
start
more
for
out
the...
of having the treants active. Or maybe you really don't want all of your eggs in that basket. Even though you are going into this tree, you want the treants to be important to you. You don't want 100% of your throughput to be focused in that window. You'd rather just have some baseline improvements to all of your abilities, or to some of your core abilities. This is one of the simpler choices available, but the idea is 4 different opportunities to nudge your gameplay in one direction or another within this tree. A capstone talent, again, is often likely to double down on and amplify what the initial point was, just reinforcing that having the treants out is going to be a peak, a spike in your potential, something that you're going to plan around, and just amplify the overall benefits that you're achieving from that. Now, pivoting to Elun's Chosen, again, this is lunar themed and shared with Guardian Druids. So the first point here is going to call out 3 specific signature abilities, 2 balance, 1 guardian, and make them meaningfully more impactful to your gameplay. If you're a Guardian Druid, for example, you might read this and realize that like Lunar Beam is going to become a pretty powerful defensive cooldown, especially in dungeons. You have a big pull going on.
Leech?
A lot of damage back from what you're
all
doing.
Damage?
This is now something that you can really count on and plan around as you approach your gameplay. On the Moonkid side, this of course adds an extra layer to planning and throughput in your rotation. Noting a couple of these things that we're modifying, maybe deeper optional talents in your existing spec trees. We also, where we can, want to offer ways to make sure that you can trigger those effects, even if
just
you don't have the
call
baseline
down
talent,
Fury of
though
Elune
you'll
to
probably
follow your
want to
target.
as well. So this talent just has Fury of Elune triggered as you're doing your regular rotation when you Moonfire, both just naturally, it's a powerful effect that's going to fire more frequently, but also to the extent that the rest of the Elune's Chosen tree is tying into it, you'll get those benefits as well. A couple of more passive examples here. Again, just doubling down on magnifying your arcane lunar throughput, and a final capstone ability for this tree that is further reinforcing.
The cooldown of Lunar Beam by 12 seconds increases duration by 3 seconds.
Leave this slide up for a while. These are our current plans for all 39 of the hero specs, so 1 per current specialization. some cool fantasies here to explore. Definitely
Cool.
really curious to hear community feedback on all of these, which are exciting, which are most resonant, which sound, frankly, maybe a bit lame. Are there any that you hoped you'd see on here that you're not seeing on here? We are, well underway building
Herald
these
of
out,
the Sun.
but it's definitely early
Pour
enough
moi,
for us
ça,
to
ça
pivot
sonne,
on a lot of these.
ça sonne
if there's something
exactement ce que je
really
veux.
excited about. I want to
Totemic.
super underscore, the example talents I just gave are work in
Stormbringer.
progress, very subject to change. Probably no part of the game is more, prone to iteration, and for no part of the game is the community input more essential than class design, spec design. To that end, when we, move into our alpha, probably in the spring, we want to have as many, if not all of these hero specs playable from the start.
Nice.
So that we
Ça,
have
c'est
the
génial, ça.
entire alpha and beta window to
Pour
iterate
pouvoir,
on them,
ouais.
to replace the things that aren't working, to dial them all in, to where
Cool.
everyone's
C'est
going to
bon,
be
ça.
excited about what they're getting. And what
Créer une
we're getting.
communication au
Long
sein
road ahead.
de
Can't
qu'est-ce qu'on a,
wait to
qu'est-ce
share
qu'ils
that
ont,
journey with you
et qu'est-ce qu'ils vont
and really
faire.
just collaborate, discuss back and forth every step of the way.
Oups.
Right. Now some other stuff. Some you've heard about, some you haven't. First off, Allied Race, you get to be an Earthen. Awesome blinged out dwarves, or maybe not so blinged out if you want to customize them differently. These are going to be earned just by playing through the War Within campaign fully. There's no rep to grind here, nothing else beyond that. You are
Cool. Juste avec la campagne.
You are meeting the Earthen as, it's a first contact in essence. You're going to learn about the nature of their problems, the nature of their culture. You're going to work with them to overcome those problems, win their trust. And at the end of that journey, it will make sense. It will be a natural next step for them to lend you their aid and join you as either Horde or Alliance. So yes, Horde dwarves. We haven't yet finalized what the racial abilities are going to be,
Horde
but the available
dwarves.
classes, 10 out of the 13 available classes. Everything but Druid, Demon Hunter, and Evoker. Now on the right side here, you see a concept of the Heritage Armor you'll be able to
Ah
earn
ouais, tout.
from leveling your Earthen to max
Excepté
level.
Demon Hunter, le Druid Evoker. Pourquoi pas Druid?
Dynamic Flight.
Oh! Oh! Ça réagit, ça
So
réagit.
it was obvious very early on in Dragonflight, probably before Dragonflight even released in beta, that we could never go back to how it used to be.
Non.
Honestly, we hoped that would be the outcome. We hoped the feedback would be, this is so awesome.
No.
We just want this to be how flying works
No, no,
forever.
no.
But we immediately
Je suis en train d'écouter le deep dive avec Ian, puis. Il dit dans le bêta, il s'est rendu vraiment rapidement que Dragon Riding, il pouvait pas, à la fin de l'expansion, revenir en arrière à cause du Dragon Riding.
Ah ouais?
Ouais. Il savait tout de suite qu'il fallait qu'il l'installe au jeu parce que ça marche pas sinon. J'en parle à Eve parce qu'elle est couchée en train d'écouter le hockey.
making plans for what that would mean, because it's the only way to go.
C'est comme ça que je sais
So
s'il y a un but
Dragon Riding
duquel
is
écrit
going
en
to
arrière.
become the default, no longer just dragons, but dynamic flight now in War Within and beyond. We want to make sure. Oh, weird. I meant to have two mounts here, but I only see Ashes on the right. But anyway, the key point being, we want to expand this to the broader array of mounts that you have available. I think the only downside of Dragon Riding, as it exists today, is that you don't have much reason to use so many of the mounts that are your favorites visually, aesthetically, that you've earned and done so much to collect. You want to make sure that as much of your collection is viable as possible. So
Cool.
not every single flying mount is going to be able to support dynamic flight. There's some animation logistics to work with there, but as many as we can. It's a 3-digit number. We want a very wide array of mounts being able to just fly the way you've always enjoyed with your dragons.
Nice.
Ah.
C'est une bonne chose, ça. C'est une bonne chose et ça va venir plus vite qu'on pense. Premièrement, avec Dragonflight.
Just a
Premièrement, dans Dragonflight dans le prochain patch, c'est-à-dire dans 3 jours. Donc, ça va être intéressant. Et après, ça va être avec l'expansion.
clarify,
Pour
like, this
tout.
is the future of flying. So everywhere that you can fly today, you will be able to dynamically fly or dragon ride. In fact, not just in the War Within, a little sneak peek, I think in our upcoming 10.2.5 update, you'll be able to dragon ride in Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, Northrend, Outland, you name it.
Oh!
We also understand there are some folks, for accessibility reasons, personal preference reasons, maybe you just like being able to AFK in midair, that dragon riding isn't your favorite. We don't want to take anything away. We want to let all these mounts that can currently do the old school flying mode toggle between dragon riding or let's call it TBC flying. Up to you, whatever you prefer. And again, to be clear, dynamic flight will be available from the very start when you go to Castlegar on the Isle of Dorne, just as it was in Dragonflight.
Cool. C'est important.
Old school TBC flying, Pathfinder style, will not be available right away, but it will be unlocked shortly after reaching max level with no reputation grind requirements. Just play through the campaign, explore the continents, then you can fly that way as well. The existing dragon riding glyph system in the Dragon Isles, we want to pivot that to a bit more of something that's evergreen. Some of those unlocked traits may change to only work within the Dragon Isles. Others that are more essential to just the experience feeling good, like vigor increases, regenerates, the active abilities, are just going to be things that you will inherently get as you earn dynamic flight and level up naturally. We don't want down the line players to feel like they have to go back to an old expansion and fly around and collect a bunch of glyphs just to be able to explore the new expansion. And in that vein, this is going to be the new default for leveling players. I mentioned earlier, when War Within comes out, instead of BFA, Dragonflight will be the new leveling experience.
On saute par-dessus Shadowlands.
After you leave Exile's Reach. And so you're
Les nouveaux joueurs vont faire
very
Dragonflight.
early in that experience. As you just level up, gain player levels, you will improve your flight ability and get all the
Quel Shadowlands? Ça existe pas Shadowlands? On n'a jamais été là.
How the game works as a baseline. This is what flight is now.
Quel jailer?
Don't worry, PvPers, we haven't forgot you. This is long overdue. We should have been doing this earlier. So there's a new battleground coming in War Within. It is a 10v10 map set in the Ringing Deeps. This is inspired by Silver Shard Mines with a few twists. The Ringing Deeps are a place that's full of natural resources, that's very sort of thing that the Horn Alliance will be likely to skirmish over. I'm going to show you a very rough, early, kind of like top-down mock-up of the layout here. The idea is, unlike Silver Shard Mines, which reflect all momentum of what we
Oh, ça tu peux.
going forward.
Pour les fois qu'on fait du PvP, là. On va découvrir.
The unit frames, the baseline UI experience. We made it clear at the time that that was just the beginning. This is something we want to continue chipping away at.
C'est ça la beauté de le
updating
regarder à
different
la...
pieces of UI to be more
comme ça,
streamlined,
en
better
retard.
reflective of the modern gameplay experience.
Je peux l'avancer.
So just a couple of examples here. So the spellbook, we are looking to modernize.
Oh shit!
Actually
Le
make
spellbook
use
change. Oh, check ça. C'est mieux. C'est vraiment mieux. Viens voir ça, Eve. Ah, et il est dans la même page que spécialisation talent. Et dans cette même section-là, t'as spellbook. Check ça. Les actifs sont carrés, les passifs sont cercles, comme ça. C'est vraiment mieux, là. C'est plus visible.
C'est vraiment plus facile, il a changé de page.
Puis là, il était carrément spécialisation talent, spellbook. Sûrement l'autre, ils vont le garder pour les professions. Seulement les professions. Cool, c'est bonne chose, hein.
You know, more than like a 1024 by 760.
C'est qu'arrive avec toutes ces choses-là qu'ils annoncent, c'est le problème que des fois, ils vont couper du contenu pour pouvoir que le jeu sorte. Donc ça dépend toujours que ça, c'est comme... Ils montrent, mais est-ce que ça va être là à la fin? Ils avaient aussi dit qu'il allait y avoir des ogres dans Joiner. On a-tu vu des ogres? Non, on n'a pas vu d'ogres. Ils avaient dit aussi qu'il y allait y avoir des choses de plus dans Shadowlands que juste l'histoire finir avec Sylvanas. On a fini avec Sylvanas. Il n'y a rien eu d'autre. Donc, ça dépend.
68 monitor resolution. Ideally, you're not going to have to, flip through multiple pages to find some ability that's not on your action bars. Also, we're combining this with our talent screen. If you look at the tabs at the bottom, you have spec, talents, and spells all in one place. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for all the things that your character
C'est une
has
bonne chose, ça.
available, rather than having two separate windows that you need to move between.
Et là, l'autre, ça va être professionnel. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Tu peux faire hide passes. Ah, mais ouais, check avec les quests là. C'est un peu plus clean. C'est clean.
To allow you to hide and show different objectives, to see more quests available at once, to filter your log for the things you care about most. We also have a full pass in progress on our quest iconography to make it easier to differentiate between daily and weekly quests and remove our reliance on just shades of color as much as we do, which really it is a color blindness issue for the range of quest bangs where the only difference is what color it is. And again, this is just a couple of examples of ongoing efforts. This is a project that will never be done. We're just going to continue improving and updating different aspects of the
Oh,
UI.
pénalité à Saint-Louis. L'avantage numérique Montréal ou c'est deux?
Yes. So this one basically speaks for itself. I've mentioned earlier, your warband is a cross-realm.
Cross-realm guilds.
Increasingly, so many
Shit,
of the activities
apply
that
and
players
recruit
engage in
freely.
socially span multiple realms. You have a Ray group, you have a Mythic Plus group that you run with, a group that you PvP with, but you can't be in the same guild together. Not any longer. That's a thing that will change when War Within comes out. Apply, recruit. Server shouldn't matter when it comes to joining a guild, when it comes to being in a guild, when it comes to accessing the perks of being in a guild. And people may be wondering, wait a minute, what does that mean if now guilds are cross-realm? What about Mythic raiding? If your guild is cross-realm and your guild wants to raid Mythic, you should be able to do that day one. So no more realm restrictions there.
Oh.
The Hall of Fame will still exist, just kind of as a memorial of accomplishment, but it's not going to be tied to unlocking anything anymore. That's just there day one. And really, just philosophically, this is another step towards one of our
The
goals,
evergreen.
which is tearing down barriers, making the game as social as possible, making it as easy as
Tear
possible
down
to
that
play
wall.
with who you want to play with, regardless of your server, regardless of your faction.
No
As
more
much as possible,
gatekeeping.
if you want to play WoW with somebody, let's make that happen. All right, so that brings us to the end of this whirlwind tour / deep dive of War Within features. I know there's still a bunch of questions, a bunch more information to share. Can't wait to do that in the coming days and weeks. But to begin, I'd like to remind everybody, if you have questions, if you're here at BlizzCon, go to the
Saint-Louis.
Document Fair in Hall D. You can drop off questions there.
Il y a eu une
If
pénalité en
you're,
plus?
if you're going online, you can go to the WoW or WoW Classic subreddits or our official forums and either ask your questions there or upvote others. This coming week, when we get back to the office, we're going to huddle, review the top questions, and record streams
Mais
for
c'est
both
toujours
Classic
comme ça, un
and for War
revirement
Within,
devant l'espace.
addressing the top
Un revirement
questions
en
to
plein
try to
milieu
get
de la
as much
glace.
information out there as possible. So,
C'était le fun, ça? Quel revirement? C'est encore Matheson là, qui faisait le con? Là?
Non,
C'était qui?
je sais pas.
Tiens, on va mettre ça. Oh, ça brasse. Ça brasse bien. C'est tellement beau. Comme une cinématique. Et on va la voir à part. Je pense que la résolution n'est pas excellente. What's next? Panel. Laissons voir où est-ce que t'es. Je cherche la cinématique. Mais je ne la trouve pas. C'est tellement bien fait. Même tu vois le sable, la saleté sur l'armure. Le soleil qui a brûlé sa face parce qu'il est trop longtemps dehors, en train de marcher comme un vagabond. C'est clairement Jaina qui a envoyé Troll. C'est ça qui est le plus fun dans tout ça.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
Non, regarde. Regarde.
But Chicky!
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I am not that person anymore! I have no light. Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
The War Within. World Soul Saga. Nice. Vraiment, ce morceau-là, quand il dit
I'm not. Hide.
ça, là. Pas ça.
Is that it?
Quand il touche son épaule, ça devient
You
intense.
didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I'm not that person anymore.
C'était ce moment-là.
I have no light.
I have no light.
Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin.
C'est le meilleur moment de la cinématique. Tellement bon.
I trust you.
Deep dive on Overwatch. Il y en avait un Fire Chat que je voulais voir. Je joue pas vraiment à Overwatch. Je veux voir le deep dive de Diablo.
Hear me.
Stream for Diablo.
Yeah, so my name is Brent Gibson. I'm an associate game director on Diablo 4. 3.
Yourself are
Introduction.
talking specifically about the expansion here today. So yeah, it's great to hear that we have multiple groups working on the game for Diablo 4.
But we're all one big team, which is the exciting part.
Yeah, very, very big team. And of course, based off of community feedback and everything that we've heard, those groups are going to be working on seasons and upcoming items, and then of course the expansion that we have here. Next up, though, we actually have Tiffany, who's going to be talking here.
Actually.
Do we have? No, we do.
Oh, hey, I'm Tiffany. Yeah, Tiffany. I was not pausing for applause. I'm just awkward. But this is my 14th BlizzCon. It's my 9th as an employee. I first attended as a part of the community in 2005, so it's really special to be up here. I've worked on the Diablo franchise for 12 years now, starting on Diablo 3 12 years ago, and then moving on to Diablo 4 for the past years. Brent and I actually unknowingly worked on the same game back in 2009, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Yeah, that game is awesome.
It's a big throwback.
So it's been such a thrill to work with him and a bunch of the others from the Albany office, again, on Diablo 4 for the past few years.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tiffany. We have Kaylee Calder here. Kaylee is actually a familiar face in the Diablo side. You may have seen her in some of the videos. For our seasons and everything. Kaylee?
Yeah, hi everybody, I'm Kaylee Calder, and
On va aller direct au deep dive. C'est long.
Yeah, we're really excited to show the sneak peek for the next chapter of Hatred. We've been on pins and needles. needles to
Okay,
share
okay.
some of the information from the expansion for a very long time. And it's going to be taking us
voyons.
to a brand new place. And it's really thing that we're different flavors down memory lane. And
We have each played a part in what has happened here.
C'est quoi qui arrive à ça?
You abdicated your choice to this child. And with every step she takes, I grow stronger. There will be no salvation in the light.
Vessel of hatred.
There we have it. It's so cool to see on the big stage, you know, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred coming in late for Diablo. I've got green shoes
also,
on.
continuing our dark story, exploring
Okay.
really
Go. Est-ce qu'il chauffe? Est-ce qu'il monte des affaires?
the classic ingredients, but with like
Sinon, je vais aller voir
There's gonna be
le
some
What's Next for
story and
Classic.
lore kind of attached to it. And let's kind of talk a little bit
Rel trapped in there again as, you know, he tends with Mephisto. He got himself trapped in there again as, you know, he tends to do. She's been following the footsteps of a prophet of light, looking for a way to deal with this stone and the prime evil that's trapped within. And she's a really fascinating character because she's a child, but she's been through a ton of trauma, so spoilers if you haven't played the main campaign of Diablo. But here she is directly challenging the influence of a prime evil, something the Haradrim have always famously failed at. So for players that might be jumping into Diablo 4 for the first time with the Vessel of Hatred, they'll have the choice to either play through the main campaign or jump directly into the new chapter. There will be a recap in the game, so you'll have full context to all the events of Sanctuary that played out in the main campaign. So don't worry, you won't miss out on anything if you want to just see what's happening with Neyrelle and explore those jungles. All right, I love this picture. He's real creepy. It looks like he's coming out of a mud bath of sorts. So this is Mephisto. Now, he is my favorite prime evil. I think he's just a badass. If you don't know who he is the Lord of Hatred, and he is the father of Lilith. So I believe that makes him
granddaddy of Mephisto.
Granddaddy
here.
of
Yeah.
Sanctuary.
Grand Fisto? Yeah,
Fisto.
something like that. Yeah.
Sounds grouchy too.
So Mephisto did not intend to be trapped in the stone. Like I said, they're very bad at that. It tends to happen. So he's, as you heard in the trailer, every step of the way that Neyrelle is taking with him, he is pushing against her, constantly trying to unravel every single moment that they have together. It's in this next chapter in Vessel of Hatred, we're going to find out what is his fate with this stone and what's going to happen with Neyrelle.
Yeah, so with Vessel of Hatred, you know, we even saw it a little bit in the teaser. It seems like we're actually going to be, it's going to be taking us to a new place. I know you guys have actually mentioned Nahantu. Can you tell us a little bit more about Nahantu, Brett?
Yeah, so we're going
Nahantu,
to
c'est
a
les
whole
jungles.
new region called Nahantu. Now, for those of you guys who know the history of Sanctuary, you know that heading south actually means going to Torjan. When we started off with the expansion, we decided as a team to really think about how we're referencing cultures moving forward. And for those of you who may not know, the Torjan people are a real people. And they're an amazing culture. They have beautiful traditions. You should totally look it up. But for us as creatives, we want to make sure that we're always in a position where we're being inspired by, as opposed to lifting from. And so because of that, we decided to review some of our names and make some changes.
So how are we kind of doing this in game?
So we've actually decided to fold it in creatively. So for those of the people who are outside of the region, you know, maybe you were from the Dry Steppes, you know this place as Torjan. But the people who are there know it as Nahantu. And so you're going to see that folded into the story in some really creative ways to give that name some power.
Awesome. I know we have a lot of cool art to actually show. Like here, right here, we're seeing kind of what looks to be like a river gate.
Yes, so everything starts here at the river gate. We look at Nahantu as a place that's been closed off from Sanctuary It's been closed off from all the things that have been going on with Lilith over the last several moments of our story. And so you can imagine this monolithic statue where the doors have been closed for the last several decades, and now they're open. And we're going to see what happens with Neyrella as she passes through these gates. If you look at this next image, we like to look at the jungle as this place that is a wild and dangerous place. We also love the idea that it's a living, breathing character of its own. It has its own personality. It expresses itself in different ways throughout the game. And so this concept is a really good example of where things from the outside may have come in, but the jungle's going to reclaim it, right? So you're going to see these branches pulling back some of the architecture that you would see through the region. But for the things that have been there all along, it's going to live symbiotically with, and so you can watch the river flow through the structures of the area as well.
You know what? This is actually one of my favorite concept pieces that we've made for the expansion so far, because even though it's an environmental scene, it really just shows the depth and scale of the jungle, which is not really like a place we've ever gone to before within Diablo 4 so far. And it really inspired the team as well when they saw it, just that feeling of like scale and age, I guess, is a good way to describe that.
The idea that these roots are so old that they stretch across the chasms in the area. You can see there's a very small character in the middle of that branch.
Very hard to see.
It creates a sense of scale that allows us to do a lot with the environment, right? So it's not just trees in the area. These trees are actually fixtures or structures of the place as well.
You know, we've seen a lot of environments, and I know there's a lot of also architecture here in the haunt too. So can you show us a little bit more about that as well?
Yeah, so this is a great image that starts to show how we wanted to integrate a lot of the natural features of the world in with the architecture. And so you can see how the river is flowing with and around this piece right here. All of this starts from a place called Kurast. So for those of you who've been with us for a while, Kurast is an iconic place that sits in the heart of the jungle. And it's not just a town, it's not just a capital, it's a sprawling city. So you can imagine a lot of these structural elements popping up all over the place, spreading across the entire jungle. And this is just one piece that shows the potential of that. If you take a look at this next one, I love this. This is one of my favorite concepts of the entire package. This is a perfect example on how we're folding in that living, breathing jungle into the architecture. I got to give a huge shout out to the team. The level of detail that we put into this is absolutely incredible. They pay attention to our environments just as much as one of our characters. So all the detail that we put into Lilith or Inarius is the same amount of detail as you would see in a piece like this. So big shout out to the team for what they can do.
Yeah.
So I know you shared a little bit about like Kurast, and you know it's a very recognizable place, like or in the Diablo history. Like, can you get into a little bit more detail for us of like some of these maybe recognizable places that we'll kind of come across?
Yeah, I love to talk about these next few concepts here. So I was a big player of Diablo 2 myself, so you may recognize some of these places. We keep talking about bringing you back somewhere nostalgic. So we're going to start with the dock towns. So you can visit the original Kurast docks from D2 in Act 3. And through time, it's changed. It's been 72 years since the events of Diablo 2 in the world of Sanctuary. It has been 72 years in real life. So I'm excited to jump in there and see what the denizens have been up to, see if there's anybody that's still around from the past 72 years. And like Brent and Kaylee were saying earlier, a concept piece like this really gives me this incredible sense of scale in the world of Sanctuary, and I'm super excited to explore areas like that. We know that locations like this really set the tone for successfully delivering on that nostalgia and embracing that legacy of the Diablo universe. So the capital Kurast is something that we've always wanted to know more about. So this is a clip that's actually from the teaser that we've showed you a couple times now. And this is that incredible ziggurat with really, really creepy Grandpa Mephisto talking over it. So we've always wanted to know what's under the ziggurat. What's amazing about this is that for the dev team, this is one of the earliest sources of inspiration when we started working on the expansion. And so seeing it make all the way from original concept into the actual teaser that we showed this weekend is really exciking. So we've got one more really, really cool place to show you. So this is the temple city of Travancore, and it's where the Horadrim originally imprisoned Mephisto in his soul stone. It's deep inside Kurost, and I am so excited to go in there and see what's happened in the last 72 years. Joe, what do you think?
I hope I don't get slowed by hostile blizzards again. But it's going to be really cool to dive under Travancore and sort of revisit that area. It's such a memorable area from B3.
Yeah, Travancore was super memorable. Act 3, everyone remembering as they're fighting the council there. So it's great that we can revisit that
over
and
over
and over. And of course, a big question I know that people have with Vessel of Hatred, does that mean a new class is coming? Brent, do you have any more info that you can share?
I'm sure a few of you have been on Reddit asking questions about the new class. It's the #1 question we've been getting all
No
week.
shit.
You know, when we started off, we were still making the main game. And I'm really proud of the fact that we delivered 5 classic classes, right? We got that great feeling of all of them spread around the campfire. It felt really, really good. And so when we were talking about the expansion, we had a decision to make. We're kind of at a crossroads of, do we do another classic or do we do something new? And the team really thought about it hard, and we felt we have a responsibility to actually bring new things to Sanctuary. Like, this game is really big, this world is very big, we need to continue to broaden it, and so we made the choice to go with something new.
So you're saying new here, and we're seeing a lot of jungle environments, obviously.
Yes.
So does
Witch
that
Doctor?
for sure rules out something like the Witch Doctor?
Yes, that for sure rules out.
It's absolutely a brand new class. It is not the Witch Doctor.
All right.
Ooh.
We've been hearing a lot of like, it might still be the Witch Doctor. And I'm pretty sure we said new class. So, awesome. That was great that we got to see kind of like, and get a little bit more information about Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Again, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred is coming out in late
Fait que c'est pas le
2024.
Witch
We'll actually have
Doctor
more
ou c'est
news
pas
this
l'Amazon.
summer about Diablo 4.
C'est quelque chose de nouveau, mais il monterait.
Great.
Même pas un
Glad
hint.
you're color coordinated for this, Brent. So, but we ceremony yesterday, and so Joe, I know, wants to.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see here that on the Season of Blood, some of the things that we brought with Season of Blood. If you haven't played since launch or since Season 1, you'll be able to check out the new boss ladder, leveling, 40% faster leveling, right? The changes, thank you. That was all me, no. We have an incredibly talented team of system designers who care deeply about the player experience and the feeling of movement through the levels and being able to capture the objective of reaching level 100, right? And so that change was something that we thought was really important for Season 2. But we also changed things like the way that item power scales, right? So that as you fight more difficult monsters, you can get more powerful loot, including some of those uber uniques from Duriel.
Yes.
And so many other quality of life changes. The mount, I think, is transformed. And that's not all we have in store for Season 2. Like we were talking about in the opening ceremonies, we made some announcements, and we want to get into more detail about those here today. And a little bit of a sneak peek at, you can see here, season of, I'm going to say the orange text.
Yes, that's
The orange text.
name.
Yeah.
Final name. No, we're not quite ready to release the season name, but we have a sneak peek of one of the features coming with leaderboards and the gauntlets. So we're really excited to talk about those. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, so we're going to kick things off with some updates to Season 2 that are coming really, really soon. Literally, this coming Tuesday, November 7th, we are going to be adding new unique rings, which were called the Malignant Rings. Development Seasons is an opportunity for us to look for ways to bring things back that you, our players, really enjoyed and really engaged with. It doesn't mean that we'll bring things back from every season, but we will look for opportunities, especially when the community is letting us know how much they enjoyed it, and also we also had a lot of fun with these. This also is an opportunity for us to kind of revisit those powers, because these are coming not just on to the season, but also to the Eternal realm. So these powers you're about to see on these rings, we've tweaked them slightly so that they work with the other uniques in the game, but we feel they're really going to add something for each class and kind of continue on building their kit and that fantasy. You're going to be able to get these by defeating Varshan, so I hope everyone's been saving their materials. You do have a little bit of time to farm more if you didn't. So yeah, with that said, we're actually going to move to the next image, and we're going to take a look at these. So I originally was going to talk to Brent about his rogue, but when we started doing this, he saw the Barbarian ring and switched on me.
I'm sorry.
Just the worst. But so for our rogues out there, for those of you, use your subterfuge skills. It's going to spawn a decoy. It's going to taunt enemies, and then it's going to explode for a really nice amount of damage. I think you're going to have a lot of fun.
Ils ont mis le Butcher?
Adam, this is for you and the rest of the sorcerers out there.
Yes, Ball Lightning crew. Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe this will, you'll try something a little different than just Ball Lightning. For the sorcerer, each unique element that you deal damage with is going to give you increased damage, and then dealing elemental damage again is just going to repress that duration. So, sling fireballs, lightning ball as well, and keep increasing that damage. We have 3 more classes to take a look at. So next up now is the Barbarian. So for our Barbarians out there, when you use, there you are, you're out there somewhere. When you next cast Hammer of the Ancients, Upheaval, or Death Blow, it's guaranteed to be a crit. And that crit's
damage
going
is
to deal
increased by
bonus
1% per
critical strike
1
damage as
point
well.
of willpower you have. Damn.
Exactly, so hit them hard and hit them often, guys. And I definitely know there's a few druids out there, you guys who don't want to forget about you. Exactly.
Oh, Druid's got the loudest crowd here.
I know, 100% druids. So for druids, when you are casting your ultimate skill, it is going to draw enemies in and deal a huge amount of damage based on your willpower.
Okay.
It will do that when you cast. Rise up! Yeah, this power. We know everyone's going to Corpse Explosion or Raise Skeleton. So yeah, that is that's on November.
Malignant back in. No, it's act panel, so you guys can actually see. So
Seulement que c'est un peu
just to
trop
the
tard.
occultist. And those that are familiar with it will notice when you go and visit from just I can't remember.
Ben, ils ont 1 minute, mais juste pour faire 3 buts.
Continue to have fun.
Right up here next with Avatar Zir.
Yeah, the season 2.
Or in and after you've reached 100. And so Avatar of Zir is,
Okay.
we'll see how it goes, but you probably want to know more about it than just staring at this red portal, right? So,
Et après, c'est le community.
we have a chart that used to be on a napkin, but
It's very beautiful.
This is when you work with a bunch.
Va aller voir l'autre que j'ai ça.
Good afternoon, everyone. Here's our next presentation. World of
Pour,
Warcraft Classic, What's Next?
Pour What's Next Classic. Reviens. Vite, 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 vite.
Hola, BlizzCon! Hi! My name is Ana Resendes, and I am one of the 2 lead software engineers on the World of Warcraft Classic team. Today, today I will be joined by 3 other of my members of the Classic team. Josh Greenfield, our senior producer. Nora Valera, my fellow lead software engineer. And Tim Jones, our team's lead designer. It is an honor for us to represent the Classic team and talk to you about so many of the things we're working on WoW Classic. So today, let's talk about the Classic journey so far, plus Cataclysm Classic, Hardcore, and our newer season, Season of Discovery. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, WoW Classic was announced at BlizzCon 6 years ago. And ever since that day, the team worked really hard to bring those precious memories of WoW to you and to me. The Classic journey officially started when you joined us in 2019 back in Azeroth creating a new character. Remembering the importance of having a good wand and being careful of how many mobs you pull at a time. We went through the journey of getting your first mount and feeling like you were riding the most powerful machine, making all those level 10s jealous of your speed. Eventually, we hit 60 levels, and we went on to face some of the most iconic challenges, including the Fire Lord himself, Lord Ragnaros. We ran the Gong of Anchorage and saw new Scar Lords walking among us. We completed our journey at level 60 by adventuring into Naxxramas with 39 other of our friends. In 2021, the Dark Portal opened, and us brave heroes stepped forward into a new world to face the Burning Legion. In Outland, we learned to fly and see the world from a different perspective. And after killing many Talbot, we contested Illidan, and turns out, you know, maybe we were prepared after all. Later on, we explored the coldest continent of Azeroth. We arrived to Nordrend via boat of Zeppelin, and we started hearing about the presence of the Lich King. We became masters of vehicles, and if you're like me, indeed press that red button. Yeah, oops. All to prepare ourselves for the ultimate combat and defeat the Lich King on top of Icecrown Citadel. You know, as you heard earlier from our executive producer, Holly, our journey will continue into Cataclysm Classic in 2024. The Classic journey started with you as a love letter to the WoW community. We asked what you wanted, you responded to us, and we listened. And as we move onward, we look to bring new Classic experiences to life, Cata and beyond. We're driven by smart changes as informed by you. So this is Cata for you. You know, but before we talk about all the changes that we're bringing to Cataclysm Classic, let's talk about some of the features that will be returning as your journey to the new level cap to 85. So Goblins will be joining the Horde, Worgens will be joining the Alliance. Worgens, go! Cataclysm also unlocks a bigger combination of classes and races. For players that like to play as a Night Elf Mage, your time is now. Transmogs are coming back into Cataclysm. Start getting those ideas ready for your next Transmog contest. For the Explorers, there's also where archaeology makes its debut. And for our PvP fans, rated backgrounds are coming back. Yeah, love PvP. The world will be changed after Sharding of Deathwing. No giant swords just yet, but big changes to Azeroth nonetheless. Along with graphical improvements, literally thousands of new quests await you across different continents. And of course, you will also be able to unlock flying Azeroth. As the world changes, it comes with some of the most iconic dungeons and raids that you have ever experienced. All in all, this comes with 5 new zones, 10 new dungeons, and 7 new raids. And speaking of those raids, Cataclysm had a hugely varied opening tiers of raiding, including Bastion of Twilight, where after defeating our two-headed mage Cho'Gall, a surprise appearance from Sinestra awaits. Later, we will venture into Firelands, soaring through rings of fire against Alice Razor, and seeing Ragnaros take his first baby steps. They grow up so quickly. This is just some of what we know, but what are we bringing new to Classic? What's new for Cataclysm Classic? We have seen a ton of positive feedback in the community around the new Titan Rune dungeon system in Grad, or as you might know it as Heroic Plus, allowing you new deterministic opportunities to gear up. So we're excited to bring the spirit of those forwards into Cataclysm for you to experience these new takes on Cataclysm dungeons. We will be making updates to the guild advancement system introducing Cataclysm. We want to ensure that guilds that are on the smaller side are not left behind. In past years, we heard from you about wanting to have collections UI in Classic. So we're happy to have introduced that in our final patch of Grad. And now transmogs will live in it too, and they're gonna be account-wide. So get all those alts together and get all that gear. You know, Classic gives us the opportunity to revisit the cadence at which we release content and patches. I think we all know when a patch has overstayed its welcome, which is why we're excited to announce that Kata Classic will be experienced at a faster rate, faster than the original. And with that, we're also making changes to the leveling speed for new characters to get to level 80. But these are just some of the changes that are coming to Cataclysm Classic. We also have other topics of discussion in the team. But as we said, WoW Classic started as a love letter to the community. And we continue to look to you and you to provide great feedback. So if you're here at BlizzCon, please swing back the dark material that is over there. There's a mailbox where you can submit any questions you have. And for those of you at home, talking to you, there's going to be open threads in all the WoW forums in every region. And we look forward for your thoughts about all things Classic. Thank you again for taking this journey with us as we venture forward into our mysterious future. Speaking of the amazing contributions from the community, let's talk about hardcore. Yeah, hardcore.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have a question for people here. Who here has made it to level 16 hardcore? Yeah, that's very impressive. That's really, really impressive. But, okay, who here has died before level 16 hardcore? Yeah.
Il y en a pas mal plus.
Me too. You and I, my friends, that has happened. But in fact, you're not alone. Yeah. You have joined the graveyard alongside all these characters, including those unfortunate hunters.
So many hunters.
Here are updated stats from end of last month. And for our next information of data here, I do not have a data table for this, but let's take a look at some reenactments of the 3 most common environmental deaths in hardcore. So who else was looting that final mob and forgot to take a look at their breath meter? Or maybe you were too busy typing in the chat in Ironforge and became one with the Great Forge.
One with the Forge.
Or
I can make it!
Distance and gave you a moral reminder. I've been there.
I can make it!
Yeah, I mean, these are some dumb ways to die, you know, but on the opposite side, there are so much more heroic ways to die. And we have been super excited to see how players have engaged with our new feature, Duel to the Dead.
Magora!
Yeah, we're very impressed by the community events and all the players that have been brave enough to participate in them. It takes a lot. But you know, as Holly mentioned earlier today, we have a new optional rule set coming to hardcore. So we are excited to officially announce that Self-Found will be coming to hardcore in early 2024.
Solo Self-Found.
Players that opt into this mode won't be able to trade, use the mail, or use the action house until you reach max level. We hope that you join us to take on this new challenge. So yeah, on behalf of the Classic team, thank you so much for joining us on the Classic journey so far. And we can't wait to see you back in Azeroth. So now, I know everybody wants to hear more about the Season of Discoveries, so I'm gonna bring in, my senior producer, Josh Greenfield. Thank you.
Let's go. J'ai hâte de voir ça. Ça se peut qu'on le teste. Ça se peut qu'on joue à ça.
Wow, look at this crowd. Hello, BlizzCon. My name's Josh Greenfield, and I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic. I'm here to talk to you today about our new season for a classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery. Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level, as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So let's go ahead and jump in.
Cool.
So it seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name after all, so it seems pretty important to the season. When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when starting fresh in World of Warcraft.
Okay.
When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone, your class trainer will offer you a new quest. And this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute, but after that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more. And that's kind of where discoveries come in. Discoveries are essentially secrets hidden throughout the game world. They usually aren't quests in the traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a kobold mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves, oftentimes requiring more than one player, a little bit of creativity, or some keen observation skills to obtain. One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it inspires. It's a massive world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures. Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find to evoke that sense of adventure and exploration we first felt when we stepped foot in Azeroth. Beyond the next hill, deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about Discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden things. We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found with each other in real time. We think that social and info sharing aspect is super exciting, and we can't wait to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found. In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for Season of Discovery.
Cool. Donc, toutes les bugs vont être présents.
We want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of surprises as we can. So we're taking a chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible.
Cool.
The last thing we'll say about Discoveries now is that we wanted to craft them in a way that really felt at home in original WoW. Many times when playtesting amongst ourselves, we'd find a new NPC or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new? And we're like, yeah, it's new. That's new to the season. And to us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth as it was at this point in WoW's history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means. In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25. After a number of weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level for the next phase. So, why a level cap of 25 to start with? Well, our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW Classic Beta in 2019. We saw how much fun the game was when the level was capped at a lower level, and how players would find new and exciting talent and item combinations to optimize around. And this is something we've always looked back fondly on, and it's something we've wanted to sort of explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time. There's a major goal of this level-banded approach to really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is it too late to start? And oftentimes we'll hear this literally within a day or two of a new release. And obviously, it's never too late to start playing Classic WoW. But as we've all, grown into additional responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games than we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out, or FOMO, when we log in after a long week and see our friends 10 or 20 levels ahead of us. And for that, this level-banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey, from the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all know and love, to finding all the brand new things to discover across Azeroth. And then later on, leveling new alts to find all of their hidden discoveries as well. There's lots to do, but we're hoping that you won't ever feel that sense of being behind just because you couldn't play on a given day. We also plan to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic, if you're familiar with that. So even if you miss a phase or want to level an alt, you'll be able to catch up to your friends in no time. So the next thing we want to talk about is in-game at level cap. So when we kind of decided on this level banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25? And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Ça a l'air cool, le concept.
Next, one of our main goals is to ensure that these are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid encounters.
Nice.
And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot. In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase.
Nice.
Thank you. Lastly, one of the things we're most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels. We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content. We're sorry, getting a level 60. I know, I'm excited too. I'm excited too. We think that level 25 is going to be full of great, memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original WoW, but this is just the first step, and we think the best is yet to come. So next, let's kind of change gears and talk about rune engraving a little bit. So this is one of the most exciting new things about Season of Discovery. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback we've gotten from previous iterations of original WoW, such as our Season of Mastery, is that many players would like to try some adjustments to their favorite class or spec. We really wanted to take a chance with Season of Discovery and go kind of wild here, and we did. That's where rune engraving comes in. Rune engraving is a new skill that all Season of Discovery characters know automatically on character creation. Rune engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants. In the initial 1 through 25 experience, you'll be able to discover runes in your chest, legs, and glove slots, and as the level cap increases, additional runes for other item slots will be discoverable over time. Once learned, runes are permanent and can be applied and reapplied to your gear at will, just out of combat. One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, damage abilities with a healing talent spec so you could solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You may also encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique flavor. In order to also streamline the talent system to go along with runes, we do plan to adjust the respec cost to be much more nominal in Season of Discovery, particularly at low levels.
Cool. C'est shy.
And that's not all. That's not all. Who knows, maybe, just maybe, someday, you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery.
Oh, dual spec.
So, overall, we've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything we love about Classic, plus so much more.
Plus.
At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta, to talk about some specific abilities you may encounter on the different classes, as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery.
Cool.
Take it away, Nora.
Let's go, Nora.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, BlizzCon. My name's Nora Valletta, and along with Anna, I'm a lead software engineer on WoW Classic. Thanks. There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own. However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a classic experience close to the original, but with seasons, we have the freedom to experiment with what-if scenarios, such as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a taunt? On that point, we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember. Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion. For these, we were careful to make sure they were an appropriate fit for class fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense. Anyways, enough of that. Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities.
Nice.
Druids. In Season of Discovery, you
Skull
have
Bash.
an interrupt called Skull Bash, which can be used in cat or bear form. Fury of Storm Rage removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing touch instant. Wild Growth applies a heal over time effect to your target and up to 5 nearby party members. Hello, Hunters. Beast Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen. Growl is now a proper taunt. Explosive Shot is a ranged damage over time ability, and Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet. Pair this with dual wielding, and you've got yourself a mean melee hunter.
Nice.
Mages. Ice Lance is an instant frost spell that deals triple damage to frozen targets.
C'est
Living
juste des
Flame
exemples.
causes
C'est pas...
flames to erupt and chase a nearby enemy, leaving a burning trail in its wake. And Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon. Another rune ability called Rewind Time will heal the damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other people with this, by the way, not just yourself, so I hope you've made room on your roster for mage healers. Paladins. In WoW Classic, they don't have a taunt, but here it is in Season of Discovery.
C'est juste un tas.
Hand of Reckoning is your taunt. Knowing this ability will also increase the threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to gain mana when healed by other players. Crusader
Nice.
Strike is a weapon attack.
Ça aussi, ça n'existe pas.
It's a weapon attack which costs no additional mana and instead regenerates your mana slightly with each hit. And Seal of Martyrdom can be activated to cause melee attacks to strike other nearby targets. You'll lose health when inflicting damage with this. However, nearby party members will gain mana based on the damage you take. Priests. You can channel Penance to heal nearby friendly targets or deal damage to enemy targets. Prayer of Mending heals your target the next time they take damage or receive healing. Afterwards, it'll bounce to another friendly player nearby. Homunculi animates 3 miniature copies of your character, which will attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively.
Shit.
Rogues. From stealth, Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike for a nice big chunk of damage. Envenom is a finishing move. It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target, and also increases the frequency of applying instant poison for some time afterwards. Just a Flesh Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate
Rogue
way more
tank?
threat, you take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks, and your Feint ability turns into a taunt called Tease.
Nice.
Shamans. Lava Lash deals offhand weapon damage. Offhand.
Oh.
In Season of Discovery, Enhancement Shamans can dual wield with the help of another rune, not pictured here. Happy hunting. Healing Rain is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the ceiling. Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role of Shaman Tank.
Oh shit. Shaman tank.
With this, you'll deal increased threat, you'll take less damage, and Earth Shock becomes your taunt.
Wow.
Warlocks. Haunt deals damage.
c'est juste des exemples,
increases
il y en
all
a
shadow
plus que ça.
damage you deal to the target, and heals you for the
Ils
damage
montrent
it
juste
dealt
les
once
plus
dispelled
qui
or
semblent
expired.
le plus intéressant.
Chaos Bolt sends a big beefy bolt of fire at the enemy. It always hits, it can't be resisted, and it causes all of your fire spells to pierce through absorption effects. And
Damn.
Metamorphosis.
Transform into a demon.
This is your shapeshift, allowing you to transform into a demon, similar to a druid's bear form, increasing your armor and reducing your chance to be critically hit. Searing Pain becomes instant, Shadow Bolt becomes a melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt.
Damn.
Warriors. Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after killing an enemy. It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health. Devastate will cause your Sunder armor to deal main hand weapon damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor already on the target. And Raging Blow is a vicious strike that deals heavy damage, but can only be used while enraged. Now this is just a taste of all the abilities coming to classes in Season of Discovery. And really, bottom line, we want everyone to feel open. Anyways, enough about runes. Let's instead turn our attention to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor. Ashenvale is known for its beauty, its rich natural resources, and its role as a hotly contested territory between the Horde and the Alliance. In Season of Discovery, earning kills while in Ashenvale will trigger a zone-wide PvP event.
Oh.
During this event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction, a Farseer
Damn.
for the Horde, and a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance. Your objective is simple. It's to defeat the enemy leader.
Oh shit.
Now this is easier said than done. These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together to take them out. In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders
C'est un
reside,
peu comme,
various other camps will spawn
comment ça
across the
s'appelle?
zone for each faction. The Priestess
Storm,
of the Moon and the
comment ça s'appelle?
Farseer are each buffed by
L'affaire dans la
respective
neige
leaders of
là
those
avec
smaller camps. The more of those small camps you can take out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become. Sounds familiar. It's much like
Ouais.
Alterac Valley.
Alterac Valley,
This
c'est ça que je
event
cherche.
is an awesome way to earn honor, as well as reputation with Warsong Gulch factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25 gear in the game. You'll also be able to earn a mount, which you can actually use at level 25, but only in Ashenvale. It will
Damn.
increase your speed by 50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy.
Damn.
So, come kick some ash in Ashenvale. I'll see you there. Anyways, I've done enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to Tim, who's going to talk to you about raids and the PvE endgame. Take it away, Tim.
「
Thank you.
Vous allez chercher plus de café vite.
Thank you, Nora. Hey, BlizzCon! My name is Tim Jones, and I'm the assistant lead designer on World of Warcraft Classic. Woo! Multiplayer content is the heart of World of Warcraft. Whether we're questing together, running a dungeon, crafting an item for a friend, or chatting in guild about where to find that new metamorphosis rune for Warlock, WoW offers one of the richest multiplayer experiences across all of gaming. And Season of Discovery aims to deliver on providing new group content that's both challenging and rewarding. Now first, I want everyone to take a moment with me and imagine, alongside the Zorm Strand on Ashenvale's north coast, lies the ruins of an ancient elven temple to the goddess Elune. Evil stirs within, drawing the likes of the Naga and the Twilight's Hammer in search of power and anything that could hasten the coming of the old gods. Maybe you've been here before, maybe not. No matter your familiarity with this place, it's hard not to be drawn in by the mystique, the rich art, the level design, as well as the robust creature and spell ecology of Blackfathom Deeps. On the Classic team, we couldn't help but ask ourselves, could this amazing location be more than just a 5-player dungeon? So we're excited. Get your level 25 Prebis, equip your runes, find 9 of your best friends, and get ready. The Classic team is proud to announce Level Up Raids. New instance challenges for raid groups to experience the max level for each of Season of Discovery's content bands.
C'est cool ça. Please clap. Remember the please
At level
clap.
25, Blackfathom Deeps is the first level up raid that you'll experience in Season of Discovery. Groups should be easy to form. Grab a couple tanks and healers, make a party of 10, you're good to go. God knows, everyone and their mom can tank and heal in Season of Discovery now, so that shouldn't be a problem. And content phases in Season of Discovery won't be as long as traditional Classic expansion patches either. And we want you to have as many opportunities to explore and plunder the riches within. And as such, Blackfathom will offer a 3-day lockout, much like the raid Zul'Gurub.
Cool.
The story's the same. The location and creatures may be familiar to some, but the challenges and rewards are brand new. 7 new bosses are here to both entertain and test your skills. And how could we not make raid content without new loot? Existing quests and rewards have also been updated for the raid as well. And you'll even be able to find secrets within the raid. Can you solve the mystery of the Twilight Artisan? Can you find the recipes for Blackfathom sharpening stones and wizard oil? And will you be the first group to access the new world buff, Boon of Blackfathom?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay. I love your guys' enthusiasm. This is amazing. Let's peek behind the curtain at what challenges await players in Blackfathom, or as we affectionately call it, BFD, not to be confused with BRD or BFA or BWL or BWD. You guys get the idea. Baron Aquinas, he guards the entrance. No longer a simple quest NPC. You must challenge his elemental lieutenants that inhabit the Fathom Stones and defeat him. And in doing so, you may face off against Aquinas himself atop the infamous jumping puzzle.
Oh no.
And jump you must to get in range of the Baron, but beware both the boss and your teammates, because there are many a peril that may knock you off. In all honesty, this boss is lightly tuned, and there are some hidden power-ups below the water to help you return to the platform. Next off, you must face against Gamura, the fearsome turtle that's been swimming in the enchanted waters of the deeps for a long, long time. Exposure to these energies has granted her both power and size, but most importantly, she's now protected by a magical barrier that protects her against almost any attack. Break through this barrier and start blasting for massive damage. Get your orange parse. All this commotion will bring you to the attention of Lady Saraves, a powerful and reckless Naga sea witch who commands a legion of Blackfathom
Ça, c'est celle
in
qui est
Myrmidons.
sur le côté en bas.
She is a formidable foe that will overwhelm you unless you find a way
Rubber,
to
you're
turn
glue.
her own spells against her and her minions. No, these 3 bosses round out the prologue of Black Fathom Deeps, and all 3 are available to fight in our demo in Hall D. Check it out. And that's not it. Witness the corruption of Gellyhast and take on the march of the Void Murlocs. Break past Lorgus Jet's magical barriers and corrupted totems. Conquer your dreams as you challenge Twilight Lord Kelris. And good luck against the giant Void Hydra. Seriously, you're going to need it. And not to forget, there will be glittering prizes awaiting you,
Phantom
including some of these
Blade.
fancy items.
Blast the enemies in front of
Now,
you.
telling you all this is great, but I think we'd rather
by
just show
1%.
you. So it is my pleasure to provide a quick sneak peek video of the raid, edited by the team itself, as though it was pulled straight from a community website in 2005. Please take a look.
Vrai. Cool ça. Tu vois le chaman qui tank. Nice. C'est clair que je fais un chaman qui tank. Le mage qui heal. Nice. Ça a l'air cool. Ça a l'air cool. Ça, c'est le premier raid.
So that's it for today, guys. We're looking forward to. Oh, okay. That shouldn't be here. Okay.
No, Moran.
Definitely.
Scarlet Crusade.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
We should have, okay.
Crypt. Oh, Karazhan Crypt. Peut-être.
Oops. That's it for today. On behalf of the Classic team, and as Anna mentioned at the top, nothing that we do in WoW Classic would be possible without all of your support and your voice. Thank you so much for making the dream of WoW Classic and all the experiences we're working on a reality. We can't wait to see what else we have in store for the future. We can't wait for you to see. So please stay tuned for Hearthstone, what's next, coming up right after this. And we hope you have enjoyed this look ahead at what's next for WoW Classic.
C'était cool, c'était cool. Là, qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Que fait-on? Je pense qu'on va aller faire un petit tour dans WoW. Peut-être faire un petit tour à Diablo aussi. Il y a pas mal de choses qui étaient vraiment bien annoncées. Il faudrait que je l'achète, ça. Mais ça a l'air cool. Ça a l'air cool. J'essaie de ramasser mon R. Le gold encore. On recommence pour essayer d'obtenir le patch. J'ai un an pour ramasser pour moi et ma conjointe. On a un an. J'ai mis des choses en vente, mais là, faut que ça se vende, hein? Game Night. C'est ça. C'est assez, ça. Pourquoi je reviens? Pourquoi t'es jamais à date? Cool. On a vendu plusieurs grobbies. J'essaie de faire le log. Je commence dans 4 minutes. Et ça, il me faut quoi pour la battre? Smelly dirt. Il est en haut. Oh. Ooh. Non, non plus. Ah, c'est quoi le combat déjà? Je pense que j'ai déjà quelque chose de près.
Baladash Malinore.
Load.
The dark times will pass.
Begin battle. Hit it, baby. Nice. Je pense qu'il va mourir. Ah, il meurt. Là, c'est lui. Ça a l'air. Ça, c'est increase damage turn. Equalize. Je pense que je fais le mana surge. On fait equalizer. Ah non, ça marche pas ça. Ce qui va me manquer comme un métaux. Et il est mort. Est-ce que je le tue avec ça? Possiblement. Let's go. Let's go! C'était facile, ça. C'était facile. Et beaucoup de le deep dive était vraiment cool à voir de Wild, mais je trouve qu'il nous manque. Il nous faudrait ces choses-là plus tôt. Vraiment plus tôt.
The primalist is rousing the elements in the caldera. It would be a shame if someone turned their own power against them, wouldn't it?
Ouh, ça va prendre du temps, ça. On va rester ici jusqu'à demain. Ça joue pas à Diablo? Je devrais, ouais. Je devrais. Ça va-tu? Toi, comment ça va tes journées de Diablo? Je devrais finir mon druide. Mais non, je joue pas à Diablo. J'ai pensé à jouer, là. Mais j'avais des choses, quelque chose à faire dans WoW, essayer de vendre du stock. 55? Nice. pense que c'est pas une mauvaise idée. Laisse-moi tuer ça qui vont me prendre toute la journée. Ah! C'est-tu bon? J'ai vu qu'il y a des bons commentaires. Je suis en train d'en faire une non hardcore. Ou compléter certaines choses comme le PVP ou d'autres affaires. Nice! Ah ouais, aussi de même. Je pense que tu peux aller avant, non? T'es-tu hardcore? T'es-tu... si tu meurs, tu meurs? Parce que... Comment ça, tu peux... Ben... Je veux dire, c'est tellement fort que... Comment ça, tu pourrais y aller avant? Si tu as la majorité des légendaires qui viennent avec le pet. Juste pour être sûr. Je te comprends, j'ai fait la même chose avec mon druide. Je pouvais y aller avant et là, je me suis dit, ouf, c'est rough ça. C'est difficile. Mais c'était pas difficile. J'arrivais à tout tuer. C'est juste que un coup, il me rendait à 3/4 de ma vie. J'ai préféré fuir. Ah merde! Cochonnerie. Y'a personne qui vient. Personne. Y'a plus personne de la première semaine qui vient dans cet endroit. Important. Là, la prochaine patch va être mardi. Mardi va sortir c'est quoi? Protectors of the... Guardians of the Dream. Ils disent que c'est la dernière pour les raids, mais c'est pas la dernière qu'il va avoir à Dragonflight. Là aussi, il y a des choses. Aussi, il y a un event qui arrive. Ben, il y a l'event de Noël aussi qui arrive à Diablo. Mais il y a un autre event lié avec Zir, l'abattoir de Zir. Ils vont rajouter comme un genre de tour de plusieurs niveaux que tu vas te battre avec. En vérité, j'ai pas aucune idée. Ils n'ont pas vraiment parlé tant que ça dans BlizzCon 2, mais. Où j'ai-tu sauté ce moment-là? Oh, ça s'en vient! Ah, y'a pas d'autre. Mais il y a plein de bonnes choses qui arrivent à Diablo dans les prochaines semaines. Ça commence le 14, je pense. Je pense. Faudrait que je vérifie. Là, l'affaire de Z, c'est par exemple, c'est l'abattoir, c'est au niveau 100 seulement. Donc, faut se rendre à 100 si on veut l'essayer. Et voilà, 25 quests. C'était long, ça? C'était long. Et en plus, ça m'a rien donné. Ah, ok, on est rendu où? On est rendu à 800. Et ça, c'est fait. Pour les 25 quests. Et il manque 3 quests pour ici, pour celui-ci. Qui pourrait me donner un bon chunk de réputation. On va tenter de les finir. Il y a une course ici, il y a ça, le gear qui est pas long. On va faire le gear. Oh, il y a une tablette ici. Un achievement. Oups. Ah, elle est juste ici. Et voilà, Ancient Stone Zaralek. Ah, Slime, c'est vraiment facile ça. En fait, ces trois-là qui sont juste à côté de moi.
The Black Dragonflight asked us to help with retrieving some artifacts.
Ah, ça passe pas par ici. Tu descends d'un coup, non? Ça donne jamais rien, ça.
Great job. Maybe
Cool.
we can ask to borrow just a few of them for study. Just a few, not.
Ah! On est passé rendu. On s'est complété 25 requests. C'est l'affaire, les choses du mois.
That's a lot of slimes. Let's find somewhere safe to contain them before things get out of hand.
Who you gonna call? Slime Buster. Who you gonna call? Slime Buster.
Good job dealing with those escaped slimes. It looked like quite the sticky situation.
Sticky situation. C'est quoi ça? Gift of cheese. Il me faut de quoi là? C'est quoi? Recipe red. Click squeaks. Hein? Est-ce que je l'ai déjà fait? L'ai-tu déjà fait? Non, je l'ai pas fait. Interact with the recipe rat to receive the RIP recipe scrap. Then a quick switch between the obsidian rest and... Hein? Ah, mais oui, il y a de quoi ici? Oh! Et voilà. Secrets. Grumble before the recipe... Okay. Unless I'm done, rip scraps. Okay. Once you have 30 rip scraps, combine the scraps to receive the recipe. Ok, on va faire ça. Attendez lieu, là, ça coûte 5 minutes, donc. Une dernière quest.
It is an excellent day for a race. Come fly with us.
Come fly with me. Just fly. Oh, attends une minute. Scramble. Juste le normal, en fait. Que j'ai pas fait. Oui, non. Normal, tout court. Gold. Let's go. Sincèrement, je sais pas si j'ai fait cette course. Tu l'as-tu fait cette course? Ben, clairement, ça dit que non, donc non.
Excellent work.
Mais non, toi.
I can see that the two of you will soon be formidable competitors.
Ben non, j'avais pas eu fait ça pas en tête. Red hair! Cool. Cool. Tu. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour 80? Pour 80. Faire une course dans Dark Moon. Ben, c'est fini Dark Moon, je pense. C'est fini! Je pense que c'est fini. Ah non, ça n'a même pas commencé. Qu'est-ce que j'ai dit là? Ça commence demain. Bonne élure. Regarde là, des... Eh oui, là, vous êtes toutes là. Toutes là. Il n'y en a pas un seul qui manque. Ben, c'est quoi qu'on peut faire? Oui, non. Ça, c'est à partir du 21 au 28. Donc, c'est pas tout de suite. What the fuck? Hein? What the... C'est nouveau ça pour moi. Give a snack to your pet. Mais ça va pas être assez, par exemple. Upgrade items with flight zones. Ça, je peux faire ça. Je pense. C'est toi le upgrade? Non. Ah, c'est là. C'est assez? Oh yeah! On va aller chercher ça. Let's go! Du-du-du. Du-du-du-du. Maintenant que c'est complété. Ah, c'est vrai, j'ai plus que ça à compléter. J'ai comme une couple d'affaires. Pas mal de choses. Et voilà. Et l'homme, éventuellement, il va falloir que je la finisse compte tenu que ça peut donner du money. Et oui, là, donne-moi Ishkara, je pense.
Glory to all dragons. Serve well.
Mine, all mine! Oh! Je vais prendre ça. Comme ça va être plus proche. Plus rapidement. Du. Étiquette à avancer. Il est rendu à 2 jours. Oh yeah! Donc on a obtenu ça. Ouh. OK. Ceci a une main. Ça là. Celle-là a une main. Et celle-ci a une main. Celle-ci a une main. Je pense que je vais la mettre. Je pense qu'on va la mettre. Je pensais qu'on avait eu la staff aussi. Ah, c'est juste que je la vois pas. Okay. Void Song. Un gift. Ouais. Thank you. Game Bomb Bag. Ok. Je vais sortir mon shield. Est-ce que je change l'épée pour... Parce que là, on a quand même l'épée des Kama, là. Ah ben, la hache de Kama. On va changer la nouvelle épée. Celle-là, je l'ai mis. Hey, va-t'en pas! Salopard. Ça marche. Il le fait en plus avec les couleurs. Oh, et on la voit. Nice. J'aime bien cette épée. Quelle épée? What sort? Cool. Tiens, à la demande générale, on va aller faire un tour à Diablo. C'est vrai, j'avais enlevé la musique. Hein. On va la remettre. Sound music. Et voilà. Seasonal. Level 80. Plus que 20 niveaux. Et on a fini. Ce qui arrive, c'est que c'est pas mal le seul grind que je dois faire, c'est les donjons. Les donjons puis Helltide. C'est tout. C'est là où on est rendu. Fait que c'est ça qu'on va faire. Donjon et Helltide. On n'a pas de drop. On dirait que le système de drop est terminé. Ah non, ouais, on a des drops. Juste pour savoir si je mets drop. Donne-moi 2 secondes. Fait que sur Twitch, j'ai des drops. Ça me regarde pendant 4 heures. Vous allez. Oh! Il y a du monde ici. On obtient le Great Sword. Quelque chose sûrement pour le Barbarian. Let's go! Le Earthmaker. Tous les glissements de terrain. Boom. Good cow. On devrait pouvoir finir au moins jusqu'à 90 ce soir. Je pense. Ah, peut-être pas. J'en ai-tu oublié des... Oh, par ici? Non, les mobs sont mortes. Eh oui, t'en as. Et tu dis n'importe quoi. Ils sont tous morts déjà. Avant, comme vous avez pas fait fort. Paragon. Ancestral. Go, 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 go. Plus de dommages! Oh, le coffre est déjà. J'ai sauvé mon cœur. Whoops. Whoops. On était rendu où là? Ok, ça c'est fait, ça c'est fait. On était rendu là. T'es fatigant, toi. Pulverize! Je vais chercher mon build. Du, 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 du.
I must wait a moment. I'm low on spirit.
Et voilà. Well, dear cat, let's go. Sincèrement, avec comment les monstres sont squishy, ça a pas l'air. Ouh, vampire. Motherfuckers.
I must wait a moment.
Fuck you, ancients. Ancient bitches. Ça marche. Manque-tu quelque chose? Ancestral, ça marche. Let's go.
I'm not ready yet.
Il m'en reste un. J'ai-tu de place? Ah, j'ai un masse de place, je sais pas pourquoi je le prends pas. Bitch Mike! Il tourne juste autour. Faudrait que je fasse des plus hauts que 26.
I do not have enough spirit.
Sûrement par là. Ah! Son of a bitch!
I'm not ready yet.
Cool. Boss now. Là, c'était quoi qu'on est en train de m'augmenter? Je pense que c'était over. Outnumber. Je me rappelle plus. Outmatch. Cute. C'est quoi qu'on a eu? On peut pas prendre ça. Ouais. On a pas mal de bons comme arme. Nope. Nope. Non. Peut-être ça, je can't, mais... Oh. Critical Werewolf. Non. Trop compliqué, trop de choses à changer. Il est trop bas. Resonance passive. Storm damage. Nope, 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 nope. Okay.
Not while I'm in town.
Not while I'm in town. C'est quel prochain Helltide? Helltide. Dans 10 minutes. Ça tombe-tu bien? Ok. On va essayer d'en faire un autre. Tiens, on va aller 26, 27, 29, 29. C'est lequel qui va mettre? Là, ils mettent Werewolf. Werebear. Dominate. Ça devrait être Dominate. Le prochain glyphe que je mets. C'est là où on s'en va, justement. « 80 fois, hein? Et ça change rien! C'est excellent cette saison, c'est génial. Tout est overpowered. Je pense qu'on va faire des 29 plus. Côté tiers. Oh shit. Oh shit. Pourquoi je prends un ring bleu? Cochonnerie. Tiens, on va prendre le reste. Les petits vampires. Prendre les petits vampires. C'était ça aussi. C'était les vampires de saison. Boom. Coucou. Faudrait qu'on finisse ce druide là. On gaze assez avec là. Le laisser tomber un petit peu. On est à 80, on est à hardcore, on a presque fini. Juste 20 niveaux. On va pouvoir jouer avec le Sorceress après et plus s'inquiéter. Ça va être fait. Druide hardcore. Je pourrais continuer à faire des affaires de zip et tout ça, mais. Ça me ferait tellement chier de perdre mon personnage. Je veux le garder comme trophée. Je garde le trophée du hardcore time. On sentait qu'il est vraiment bon. Toutes les tramples, tous les glissements de terrain que je fais, c'est génial. Je change la map. Hey, laisse-moi tranquille. Façon de parler. La la la. Let's go! Tellement d'argent partout. Inutile, mais... On s'entend que la majorité des... juste à faire des bounties, les whispers, comme ils les appellent maintenant. Juste à faire les whispers, c'est assez pour venir à te ramasser assez de cash. Pour les fois où que tu l'utilises pour venir à changer certains stats, c'est pas très drôle. Oh! C'est quoi la hache? Ah! Peut-être pas regarder ça ici. Es-tu morte? Je pense qu'elle est morte. T'arrives plus à les sauver depuis un bout. C'est mieux d'être un 30. Ah non, elle a survécu! La la la. La la la. Donc c'est quoi? C'est Ancient Unique. Mais c'est quoi? Gain stealth for 2 seconds when killing enemies with shred. Mhm. C'est le plus inutile des axes qu'il y a pas. Cool! Ah! Tellement proche. Il y a juste le look. Ça, c'est de la cochonnerie. Ça, c'est de la cochonnerie. Puis, même ça, mais je vais le garder juste parce que c'est une unique. Outmatch. Niveau 9. Plus que 6. Niveau. Avant d'avoir le cercle plus agrandi. Uh-oh. C'est pas une bonne chose, ça. OK. Phew! Il y a eu comme Ah, pas de trouble. Il n'y a pas de problème. Nya! Tu restes ici pour toujours. Vite. Il n'y a rien de bon. Ah, non. No. Hey, le junk.
Come back if you need the forge.
Un autre unique dans la liste qu'on va jamais utiliser. Celle-là peut être intéressant, pardon. Si jamais je fais le Werewolf. Ouais, bientôt le Helltide, ça devrait être dans 5 minutes. Ah, c'est là. Ouais. Pas plus hardcore que ça. Donc, si je meurs, je meurs.
I cannot do that here.
Yeah. Si je lag aussi. Damn. La chose la plus apparente. La lag. J'adore. Ça meurt tellement vite. Tellement jeune. Ça mange, on est à 35. Ah, l'event devrait aider pour ça. Ça a été pas bon. On est déjà presque pour la semaine. Let's go, buddy. Ok, on a les bébelles pour le summon. Ça c'est fait. On va faire ça après. Il a même pas eu le temps de finir sa phrase. You. You. Still a whisper on my Ah, c'est des handguards. Cherchez un chest. Chesty chest. Hey, hey, laissez-moi tranquille. Ah, ok, c'est bon. Je vais pas l'ouvrir. Bon, vous avez gagné. Fatigué. You. Still a whisper on my feeling in my fingertips, pulling at my skin. Let's go. Combien il faut que je chante dessus? 50? Ils sont bien demandants. Il y en demande, il y en demande. Je peux penser. Ouais, c'est ça que je pensais. J'en ai un autre. E-boy. Laisse tomber. On met ça ici. On met ça ici. Du-du. Du-du-du-du-du. Go! J'ai besoin d'un World Boss. Mini World Boss. Juste pour avoir la chance de quelque chose d'intéressant. Il y en a un ici à tuer. Ah, World Boss! C'est ce que je demandais. Hey, va-t'en pas! Va-t'en pas, salope! Oh, ça va être long. On a une flèche! T'es mieux de donner quelque chose à la fin, toi. Déjà assez long.
I'm not ready yet.
Ow! Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I'm not ready yet.
Je pense que c'est... Wow! Ce qui est plus dangereux, c'est les bouts de feu. Ton ami est mort. Ça s'en vient. Ça s'en vient. Non, attends pas. Arrête de sauter, là. Il reste en place. Faut qu'on t'achève. C'est mieux de donner quelque chose. Pas vraiment. Ça valait un peu la peine. Ça, allons voir. Barrier. Non, c'était de la merde. C'est de la crotte.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
By 3 they come.
I'm not ready yet. I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment.
I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment. Wait a moment. Ils vont ramener les rings de Malignant de la saison 1. Dans le cas de l'ours, du druide, il va attirer toutes les choses quand tu fais Ultimate, justement. Le gros ours. Ouh. Totem. Qui essaie de la merde. Pourquoi je pogne des choses pas bonnes? Il me faut le masque. Malgré que je l'ai, mais je veux dire, il me faut un masque ancestral. C'est ça que j'ai pas.
I must wait a moment.
On est presque à 250. Oh, une épée. Pas de tapotage. Pas de taponnage sur le sol. Juste sur le dos.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Bon, je me suis mis la chanson dans la tête. Tout seul en plus. Qu'est-ce qui a commencé ça? Un yo. Ouh! Ça me donner le 250? Ah ouais, facile. Il est meurt tellement jeune. Ok, c'est où ce qu'il est, le coffre? Où vais-je trouver le coffre? À peu près dans cette direction ici. Ou dans cette direction-là. On peut passer par ici, hein? Ouais. Oh! Ow! Salope qui explose sur moi. Ça n'a rien fait, mais quand même. Quand même. L'araignée est une salope. Hey, il y a un rare de l'autre côté. Attends, hey, salut toi. Oh, au revoir toi. Effacé. Ah, rabat! Hey, 69. Nice. Il m'a pas donné de beau casque. Un beau petit masque. Unique. Appelé... Ben, j'aurais pu prendre celui du werewolf aussi. On pourrait essayer les tornades avec le loup-garou. Hey, we're a boss. 90 plus. Damn. L'autre, il est à peu près ici. J'ai une map. C'est quoi? C'est... Hell Tide Tracker. C'est comme ça que ça s'appelle. Et selon les votes des joueurs, donc... ça beaucoup... Habituellement, ils ne se trompent pas. Parce que c'est selon les votes. Donc les gens vont voter où est le chest. Que c'est helltides.com. Je sais pas si c'est www pour le début, mais... Oh, level 79.
I need time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, rare. 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 Ah, il y en a plus. Il n'y a plus rien. Il m'a laissé tomber. Tellement rapidement. C'est en mode couché? Non? Je te voyais te brosser les dents. Je me suis dit que tu t'en allais te coucher. Il y a les drops de Diablo encore. On est en train d'obtenir une épée. Une épée à deux mains. Pas une épée de deux mains, mais une épée de deux mains. Ah ouais, puis on est en train de streamer sur YouTube aussi. Il faut pas le dire. Quoi? C'est un secret. De toute façon, dû au nombre de viewers que je prends, là, ça a l'air vraiment de secret. C'est-à-dire pas beaucoup. On me fait des potions. Faut que on réactive les potions. Ah, j'en ai plus de cela. Eh, le Mysteries. On va le marquer. Redstone. C'est quoi qu'il donne? Ah, l'affaire des... Ok, t'en veux plus? Ah, mais non, je suis plein. Ok, il va falloir aller dépenser notre. Nos. C'est quoi les noms des tokens? Gamble. On va gamble. Ça va être plus facile. On va aller parier un peu. C'est le Vegas du Diablo. De Diablo. Il est où justement le Vegas? Il est par ici. Juste avant, on va juste vérifier certaines choses. Qu'est-ce qu'on vend? Qu'est-ce qu'on garde? On ne garde pas ça. Ça non plus. Ça non plus. Non plus. C'est de la crotte. Ouais, peut-être. Poison damage, nope. Non, c'est pas bon ça. Quand il y en a un peu trop plus de 1 à changer, c'est pas un bon ring. Faut que je les détruise. All junk. Qui couché, je sais pas. Il est fou. Nope. 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 J'aurais dû peut-être faire des armes au lieu. Parce qu'il n'y a rien de bon ici. Nice. Faudrait que je les prenne. Ça serait quoi déjà? C'est quoi la différence entre les deux coffres? Je me rappelle même plus. Living Steel et Mystery. Jusque là, le Living Steel, il m'a pas donné grand chose de différent que le Mystery. Même il m'a donné moins. Donc je me demande. Ben ouais, ça m'a fait. Je suis bien d'accord avec toi. Le coffre devrait donner plus. C'est ça qu'il disait, mais on va interpréter comme ça. Hello, yo! Wedger! Oh, ball of lightning! Et il n'y a rien pressé. Ah, ils sont en bas. Parce que c'est des waves. Et au moins, le gars est pas mort. Bon. Vite, vite, vite. Cool. Cool, la sorceresse. Leaving, still leaving. They have the same look, but it goes down, only appears when acting around time. However, they also have fixed location. Cochonnerie. Pas donné grand chose. À part des potions. Is you even still there? Ow! C'est en haut de ici environ. On a déjà fait les 2 mysteries, donc on va s'occuper de ça. Je pense qu'on pourrait le faire facilement. Pas aller dans le lit? Bonne nuit. Ah, tu me dérangeais pas vraiment. Le thème. Attention. Il y a quelqu'un qui c'est là le chat. Armor. Armor. Peut-être venir chercher cette armure à la place. Parce qu'il me faut le chest qui me met en werewolf. Werebear tout le temps là. Que je n'ai pas encore. On va aller chercher ça. Par ici. Oh! Yes, une seconde. Et voilà. Je m'en vais pas dans la bonne direction. I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment. Ah, il est là. Come on, come on. Nope. Nope. Ce qui arrive avec les. Avec ça, c'est que après avoir obtenu les. Après avoir obtenu les 2 chests, c'est pas mal quasiment inutile d'y aller. C'est très rare que ça va être utile de prendre les autres chests. C'est mieux d'aller faire des dungeons. Oh! Il y a un rare là-bas. Oh. Du. 95. Il me reste 24 minutes. Je pourrais facilement me rendre à quelque chose de haut. Prendre un ou deux chests encore. Tout concentré sur des helms, mais c'est vrai qu'il faudrait que j'en trouve. Tu peux vraiment targeter comme ça. Hein? Si je me rappelle bien. Au moins, il y a un bon XP. Pour ce qu'il y en est. Non, non. Tu sais que c'est quoi que j'obtiens pas? The Scroll of Escape. Ça n'existe pas. devrait prendre tout. Comme ça, là. Hey, connard.
I must wait a
Ben. Même pas un défi. C'est dommage. Est-ce que je vais prendre ça? Et on obtient que de la cochonnerie. Il rien pour mon build. Ah! Ouais. Peut-être obtenir le level. J'ai pas mal terminé ici. Clairement, le L-Tide m'a rien donné. Et en dehors du L-Tide. Je comprenais pas pourquoi c'était plus rouge. Oh, il y a du monde là-bas. Et il y a plus de monde. Il me fait un coffre.
I'm not ready yet.
Peut-être avant de faire ça. Ouais.
I must wait a moment.
Quoi? Je pensais que j'avais des clés encore. Ça a l'air que non.
I'm not ready.
C'est ça, j'aurais pu trouver de coffre. Ah, il y en a un au bout là-bas.
I must wait a moment.
Hein? Tu me voulais, tu m'as eu. Ah, c'est Just.
I must wait a moment.
Ah, attends une minute, c'est vrai que des fois ça peut être autre chose. Let's go. C'est Hell. On va voir si je suis chanceux. Soyons chanceux. Comment. Ah non. Même pas proche. Même pas pour rire. Il y en a un autre plus loin. Ou c'est le donjon, ça? C'est le donjon. By 3 they come. By 3 thy way opens. Ouais, j'ai pas mal fini. Je vais aller faire des donjons. On va aller avec ça. Je pourrais trouver un autre coffre. J'en trouve pas un seul. J'ai déjà fait les 250. J'ai fait quelques chests, quelques health. Une pêche, le morceau de bombe. Il n'a rien eu bon. Que dalle. Et pourtant, j'ai la bébelle de saison, comme quoi j'obtiens un item de plus. Ça veut pas dire un item plus rare non plus. Tu peux obtenir un item de plus que ça reste de la merde. On est juste pas chanceux. Ah, chien! Faisais mon ours. Inutilement. Comme là, d'être aussi à 175 puis de pas trouver de coffre. Intéressant à faire. C'est un peu dommage des fois. Je pourrais aller dans l'autre zone, par exemple. Tu me laisses y aller? Ok. Peut-être il y a un coffre ou deux ici que je pourrais me prendre. Par là. Ah ben justement. Quel adon? Il y en a un direct ici. Direct là. Des pantalons. Et il donne rien. Ben... nope, rien. c'est un event? Coco. Et voilà, on prend tout ça, même si on ne pourra pas l'utiliser parce que j'arrive pas à trouver le coffre. Il y a un donjon ici. Oh ouais, un coffre! Je vais parler trop vite. Les gants. Ça peut être utile. Ça dépend. Ça dépend. Si ça me donne un shockwave, ça pourrait être bon. Nope. Yeah. Hey, quoi ça? « 112 et rien à faire avec. » C'est triste. C'est triste. What the fuck are you? Ah, il y en a un là. Des gars encore. Oh. Le petit me donne le shockwave, ça c'est comme en moins gagné. Faut que ça. Hey, vous êtes fatigué? Comment? Ah, il va même pas donner un seul unique. Tu fais chier. Faut qu'on trouve un coffre, vite, vite! Qui coûte 75. Coffre, coffre. Coffre. Y'a rien! Yay!
I'm not ready. I must wait a moment.
Ça marche. On pourrait faire l'event. C'est vrai qu'on est déjà 82. Et clairement, je veux pas trouver un autre coffre. Come in. On est capable. Un petit dernier.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh! Ça t'a-tu donné quelque chose? On s'entend qu'il donne absolument rien pour moi. Oh, il y en a un autre là-bas. Que dalle! C'est ça le problème des Altaïs. C'est ça le vrai problème. Pas de assez bon loot. Des pantalons! On va les prendre. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, toi? On va les prendre. Oh, 1%.
I must wait a moment.
J'ai cherché au moins plusieurs choses, comme des matériaux, mais même là, ils sont pas... Ils m'ont rien donné. Ils m'ont donné surtout des potions. Au moins ça. C'est payant pour côté potion. J'en ai pas besoin d'en faire. Fait qu'on va avoir des 5% en masse. C'est quoi je cherche? Ça, j'ai un carbon nearby. Bon, c'est clair qu'il est mort. Bon, on va faire ça. On va aller grinder un peu de dungeon tout de suite après. Mais avant, je vais prendre une pause. Je vais aller aux toilettes, me dégourdir les jambes après ce petit cellar. On va le faire. Ouais, ça. Là, je vais mettre la musique aussi.
I must wait a moment. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Such power! J'adore les massacrer. Avec mes tramples. Donnez-moi 2 secondes, je vais juste aller aux toilettes. Prendre un petit break, me laver. Me dégourdir un peu les jambes, aller chercher un peu de café, mettre de la musique. Il y a pas mal de choses. Donc, je vous reviens dans quelques secondes. Le temps de faire tout ça. Donc, n'hésitez pas de rester. Et si vous n'avez pas encore fait de follow, n'hésitez pas d'effectuer un follow. Vous pouvez toujours vous inscrire. Comme ça, vous allez éviter les ads que je vais passer au moins pendant le temps de break. Je vous reviens dans quelques minutes.